it kind of feels like this. Oh, hey, would you stay with me till the sun goes down? Being with you is so easy. Hey, if you want, honey, you can stick around. I don't know what it is about you, but you look so fine, riding shotgun in my car. Top down when driving on the highway. The wind in our hair makes us look like movie stars. And you make me sing, yeah. Ooh, you make me sing, yeah. Oh, you make me sing, yeah. Ooh, you make me sing, yeah. I just wanna be close to your body, close to your body, close to your body. Oh, I just wanna be close to your body. Give me some sugar, honey, close to your body. Oh, I just wanna be. Oh, I just wanna be. What you say? Wanna stay in a hotel? Champagne and room service all night. Girl, I know this ain't no plaza, but I think we'll be alright.
Hello and welcome to the Lord's Brewing Co. YouTube channel, soon to maybe be the Nerd in Motion.
Hello.
And here we have my illustrious co-host, Mr. Crummy Beard. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. Are you well after the last 8 minutes since we last talked?
Well, a lot has changed. A lot has changed. So I went and refilled my beer.
Good scheme.
And I set up a live. And I was on time. Like, literally to the second.
Well done. Impeccable timing. Impeccable.
Well, it was beautiful.
I'm sorry to say I'm going to be a very short-lived co-host. I've got about 10 to 15 minutes before I have to run away, which would have made sense on Mark's stream because it would have been like an hour and 15 minutes. But we've switched over, and now it's all changed. I'm sure Mark will return post food.
Quite possibly, yeah. So I thought I might tell some people what is potentially going on with my future on YouTube, really, and it's still up in the air. I haven't made any hard decisions, but for those who don't know, I am stepping down as managing director of Lord's Brewing Company because I am worn out, tired. And I feel like somebody else could do a better job than me at the moment. I've got us through a pandemic, a cost of living crisis, and a war. And, everything's gone through the roof. And I think I'm knackered and I want some family time. And I want to do things that I enjoy. And I'm not, I don't like being the boss. I don't like being in charge all the time. There's too much pressure. So, I mean, dashingly handsome boss, but that's sometimes not enough. So the brewery carries on as normal. Mike and Steve are up there. I still go in and have coffee in the morning with them, have a chat, be annoying, usual stuff. And I do help out when needed. And yeah, that's it really. So this channel is probably going to change. And I think my thoughts is I'm going to do what I love doing, which is cars and other motorsport related things. So
that's quite a tangent.
It is, but then if you look at my channel, my best performing long form video is the one of my Citroen.
True. Okay.
So obviously that's what YouTube wants me to do. So, right, let's grab some comments. So, Beard Dog says, good evening, all. I hope everyone is well. Nice to see you, Chris. I hope you're doing good, mate. And he's put cheers. And, hey, you guys, says Matt Hall. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. It's Friday at last, mate. Honestly, I'm just happy not to be feeling like crap. Last 2 weeks of dying. So, yeah, a lot of people here are so lucky. They don't need to buy Halloween costumes. Hi, John. Yeah, probably not.
Fair.
Unbelievable. Good evening. It's Mersey Beers. Just listening whilst I drive to Fiverside. Ah, cool, man. Have fun. Hi, John and Tom. Hope you're well, chaps. We are doing well.
Very well, thank you.
We have beer. It's very nice.
Very well.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hold on. You ready for this? It's going to be a good noise, hopefully.
Oh.
Turn the volume up.
Right, I'm going to pause mine.
It won't let me. Hold on. Oh, that was a good one.
That was a good pop.
So I've had two. This is the second bottle I've had of this. The first one, which I reviewed, the pop was dismal. It felt like it was under pressure. Like you could tell already. I was like, it's not going to be good. That sounded very nice.
It's going to be a beauty. It's going to be beauty. Fresh Country Ales. How you doing? I love the country hat. How you doing? Welcome. Anyone with the cowboy hats, welcome in my channel. OnlyFans is the way forward. I know. I told Liz that. She's not up for it. Well done. It's lonely at the top. It is. It's hard work. And you know, I'm not getting any younger. I know it's hard to believe that I'm not very and I know you look at me and you think there is a young guy, a whippersnapper in his prime form. But in fact, I'm like 44 this year. And I'm pushing myself to an early grave with all the stress. So I'm just not doing it. Two only cans. There is actually somebody that's already I think on Instagram there's somebody called Only Cans, and it's really good actually. Their content's pretty good. Good evening, Sharky. How are you? Tom, I found something for you.
Oh, what you got?
So I was looking through my stuff when I was sorting this lot out in here, and I found the sticker that I'm supposed to give you from Sharky.
Excellent. I look forward to it.
Yeah. So, yeah, it will get to him, Sharky. It might have taken me 2 years, but we'll get there. Lords Racing. Indeed, it is. But I think, you know what? I want to say thank you to everybody that has supported Lords, and please continue to do so because obviously I'm still a shareholder and I want it to do well. And that's part of the reason why I've gone, because ultimately I want it to do well. And, you know, I started to feel like Theresa May just offering up the same projection going forwards. Like it's like we should go on holiday and take a jet ski, but it's like, Theresa, we don't have a trailer or a room for a jet ski on the airplane. But that's what I feel like I was doing. I was just constantly offering the same solution, which I think sometimes fresh blood, enthusiasm
can help.
That can sort it out. So
hey, on the flip side, at least you don't feel like you were as bad as the lettuce woman.
No, that's true. No, I was definitely not lettuce woman. Thomas is definitely moving to Only Cans. Good lad. If it makes you happy, man. Lords Racing, everyone's like, Lords Racing.
I think these are people who came in after the announcement. I think you're gonna have to reiterate this multiple times.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna basically change this channel up and turn it into my Nerd in Motion thing. So we're going cars.
They've only just joined. They don't know why.
Because I'm in the process of leaving Lord's Brewing Company as the managing director. I'm still an owner, but I'm worn out, and I think it needs some fresh eyes. I've done my bit. Cost of living, COVID, war, energy crisis. Yeah. I'm just exhausted. I don't want to spend time with my kids and my wife. My wife, she's a very nice ginger. And I just want to have fun. I want to enjoy what I do and not be stressed all the time being in charge. And yeah, it's I'm excited. It's funny. As soon as I stopped working, I got ill instantly. So it tells you the level of stress. But yeah, hello, Disco, you big sausage. How are you? You certainly, you'll certainly be a hard act to follow, but you have to do what's right for you. Yeah, that's it. I think there's going to be whoever does it next. I think they'll do a great job. It just, needs a different set of eyes on it. I think, that's it really. But yeah, I need a fresh challenge. I want something. This is probably pie in the sky, but I want something that's kind of mundane for a little bit that pays okay money, and then do something that I really want to do after that pays good money. There's probably neither of those things exist, but we'll have a look. Will I still be doing fireside chats? Well, I don't have a fireplace in my new house, so it's going to be very difficult.
You could get one.
I could. How much would that cost, though?
You could get one of those fake ones. No one needs to know.
It's not the same. I remember once I did a live and I was so hot, Crommy, that I had to go off screen and stand outside because I felt sick and I thought I was going to pass out.
Oh dear.
It was about, I don't know, it must have been 40 plus degrees in that lounge. It was ridiculous. It was just, yeah. I think you did, Matt Hall. Yeah. Joey's laughing with Matt. Did I just miss the announcement? Well, I've just re-announced it. Evening, gents. Happy damn beery Friday, indeed. Bye, everyone. Had to grab a few hours sleep before night shift. Oh man, bless you, dude. See you later, Thomas. Yay, nice to see you going live. No worries, Thomas. Legend.
Not seen Tom Flynn for a while. Chin chin.
It's Mr. Sobieski. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. I do like the Disco Inferno shed interior. It is a bit OTT at the moment. I think the reflecting on everything makes it look a bit mental. What do you reckon, Tom?
I mean, it's like you're having a disco inside one of those trays you cook your turkey in at Christmas.
Maybe this is what happens in the tray with the turkey. We just never get to see it.
Yeah, all the lights cut off as soon as you open the oven door. You'll never know. Yeah,
it's true. It's true. That's what I think happens in those mother and baby changing rooms. There's a disco light in there. They're partying. Thomas, I have no idea now at this point. I couldn't tell you. I had some ideas, but I'm not sure what they're doing. Sir Michael Caine and Johns from Lord's Brewing calling it quits all in the same year. Well, he did ring me and we had a chat about it.
A little heart to heart, did you?
He did. He said, "You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off." Hey, I did all right. I didn't do too bad. I started on 500 quid and we got it to 6 figures turnover a year. That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad. I have a bottle of Digari. Is that how you pronounce it?
I'm not sure what that is.
Or is it?
I'm looking.
Digari. I have a pint of the old Digari. Right?
That sounds like an Only Fools and Horses sketch, doesn't it?
It does. It does. See how blooming uncultured I am, Chris.
It's a Belgian. I don't know if I've had this one. I don't know. I don't think I have. Well, looks very tasty, Chris. Enjoy.
Mm. Did anybody go into Lidl and see all the new beers in there?
Well, I went in last week. There was nothing new in. Are they some this week?
So I went into earlier today. I didn't pick any up because I thought, like, I can cope with a few beers of medium strength, but like jumping in there with a 7%er It's probably not the way forward. They had the mini Belgian beer pack. They had that.
Oh yes. That was back in, is it? Okay.
Yeah, and then they had all these other ones. So there was one called, I'm going to get this wrong. It was like something like Celebration or something, and it was a completely black bottle.
Okay. I'll take a look.
And it was 7.6, I think it was, and there was some other ones that were like 8%. I was like,
"Tis the Belgian one."
it was Belgian drinking booze. So yeah. Oh, he's drinking Polly's. He's so posh, is Chris. He's a posh guy.
Very nice.
How you not in pumpkin pear?
Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to disappear in a moment because my cooking duties are required. Because
Are you
unfortunately,
coming back?
it depends how long you're going on for. We shall find out. Oh, actually, I say that England are playing rugby in an hour and a half, so we'll see. I'm afraid.
Yeah, we quite possibly will be going that long.
Well,
Who knows?
if I get time between now and 8 o'clock, yes. But if not, then no. Unless you're on really late, of course.
I could just randomly put the link in the chat and see who turns up.
See what happens. Do it. Go full chaos mode. It is the time. It is the time.
That'd be hilarious. Yeah, it'd be
should
good
do
fun,
that.
wouldn't it?
You should do that.
Right, my friend, thank you for coming on.
It's all right. I'm sorry it was short-lived. I was on Mark's stream before this, as we all ported over, but I noticed a lot of people in the chat, so I think it's really weird that I came on for 15 minutes and then bounced. But we were doing this for an hour and 15 before this started.
It's true. He isn't being a wuss.
Yes. Right. Have a fantastic weekend if I don't see you again, but hopefully I will. Enjoy the turkey tray mirage that will be gone in full screen as soon as I leave.
The turkey.
But until next time,
Basting.
catch you all very soon.
Down there with your name on it.
Au revoir, Monge too.
Monge too, old silly sausage. I'll see you soon.
See you later. Have a good one.
Au revoir.
Bye.
Bye-bye. There you go. And then there was just me. One big fatty in a turkey basting turkey tray. Tom, you won't see that sticker until Christmas. Well, it's quite possible. It depends on when I see him. What are happening? Good luck in the future. What is your future ambition? I don't really know. One of the biggest things that I think I found difficult is being present. So that sounds really. I might have said this. I think I have said this many times. But basically, I feel like sometimes I'm with my family and I'm there in person, but mentally I'm not there. I'm like thinking about work and thinking about what I've got to do and thinking about the person that I forgot to email, the person that rang, or who I need to get back to, and all that kind of stuff. And that's always been a challenge. And along with sleep, being able to sleep at night, the getting to sleep is the hard bit. And it's funny with being ill and having this feeling like dirt. I have been in bed pretty much every day around 9 o'clock and getting up at a good time. So, yeah, future ambitions wise, the main thing is to be present when I'm with my family and actually be in the moment and have just a bit more fun. Like, I love beer. I love the beer thing, but too much beer is not good for you. And also, I want to do the silly stuff that I enjoy. So the car stuff and, yeah, have fun doing it. And if I can't do some car stuff, we'll talk about somebody else's car stuff. Doesn't really matter. Work-wise, I just haven't decided yet what I want to do. I just feel like I need some time off, have a think. And, do you know, so it's half term this week, and it's the first half term that I've had with my kids where I haven't had to think about other stuff. I can just actually have fun. Even when we've gone on holiday, I've always got my laptop. I'm still doing work. I'm working in the car. I take the phone calls. This week, if you're not somebody I know, I won't be picking the phone up. So, yeah, I just want family time and have fun. And I've got my epic shed. So, yeah. This is Spam over on Twitch, if you're watching us. Yeah, and obviously, when it says "Are you" at the end, I'm going to definitely trust that. You ran Lawsbury & Co. through 2 separate British monarchies, bro. Not many people can say that. Yes, true. That is true. That is kind of funny. Yeah, man. All the best with whatever you go on to. Make a success of next, John. Your legend. Thanks, Disco. I mean, I wouldn't change anything. I'm not saying like I've not enjoyed what I've been doing. It's just been high stress and like nearly like heading towards a decade of it. I'm like, no, I need to change some things up. Yeah, I think it's good. It's been fantastic. I've met loads of people. The chat, obviously, this whole channel existed because of really the needs to try and build the company through that very miserable time that was COVID. Me and Lids do. I think at some point before I swap the name fully over to Nerd in Motion, I think I should do like a little recap video of all the little like clips out of all the things we've done. So yeah. Well, with all that free time on your hands, you'll be able to take a holiday to Somerset, and I can take you out for a drink in my favourite Taunton pubs. That would be good fun, actually. I'd enjoy that. That would be nice. That would be fun. I haven't been down that neck of the woods for, gosh, I can't even remember. At least 20 years, I bet. Fireside chat by Kendall. Lol. I've got no fire, honestly. Just do like I do and put up a video of a fireplace. That's not bad a shout. So in here, I'm going to clad it in OSB, but then I'm going to put some wall panels in. So like Crummy's got those echoey sound things to stop the echo. It's not echoey in here, but everybody can hear me outside. I might as well just stand in the street and have this conversation. So there's. I'm going to do a few different things, different walls, different vibe. For the record, can I point out that Disco not make him do this? It was of his own violation. Just on the record, can I point out Disco not make him do this? Disco made me do this. It was of his own. Oh, so yeah. See, I want that beard to come out, but I'm not sure if the new guys are going to do it. Who knows? David Wilson, hello, sir. How you doing? David Wilson. See, there's another bloke. Absolute gent. Pleasure to hang out with him. I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't had the brewery. So, Tom is gone, but yeah, quite possibly. So, John, would you consider becoming a right? And I suggest either Keith and Lorraine Flan or Sunset Coke. Flipping Sunset Cocoa. That beer is going to haunt me to the end of the earth. I swear down. Yeah, no. The beers and Lidl's are the ones they had before. Oh, are they? Oh, right. Okay. I just don't go in there enough to know. I started. Well, I say that I've been going quite a bit, but it's always so hit and miss. I feel like some of them aisles in Lidl are a bit like TK Maxx. You just find some random stuff you really like. Other weeks, it's just not there. Last time I saw lights flashing on silver walls, I was... No, I am not reading that out, you animal. I suppose I should get the last bottle of Jam Smash out of the stash in. Yeah, man. Do a review, drink it, and we'll have a good laugh. Is that what you said? Oh, cheers. Thanks a lot. How dare you quit your job? Get off YouTube and find a new job. I will. It's all in good time. All in good time, sir. I haven't quit. I'm still at Lords, technically, at the moment. I just haven't decided what I want to do. I was saving mine for when I hit my next sub goal, but may have to review it over the weekend in honor of John. Oh, you don't have to do that. It's a little while yet before I am doing other things, but yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll be doing the car stuff, but I'm still going to be messing with my beers. One of the things was, so I played that intro at the beginning, and that is kind of like, how do I explain it? That's the kind of vibe that the lives will go down, and I'd like to do sort of motorsport, car / related videos and lives. Does the camshaft rotate the opposite way in Australia? Of course. Yeah, of course it does. Same as the water going down the plug, it goes backwards. Are you free to travel now? Could you travel to some place in the UK for a power YouTube meetup? Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah, I can travel about. I was in the wrong shed. Didn't know you had moved. Sorry, mate. I should have told you which shed to go to. But you're net Kev, you're in the right shed now. This shed is the shed that you want to be in. The only thing I thought was when we go for a pint, you would have to spend the entire night doing your impression of me. I can't, that's so harsh. You're right there, Chris. How are you? We're having a good time, aren't we? You like it when we have beers together. And the fact is, Chris doesn't sound like that at all. Go and check out his videos. Him and Rob from Bramall, Backroom Brewery, are the most relaxing beer reviews you'll ever come across. I got this guy who does the voice for Ancient Aliens and Oak Island coming on next week. That's pretty cool. That's good fun. I think you could be. I think you could be the only person, to be totally honest. Good evening. It's Eric. Has winter come yet? It has. As you can see, I was paranoid about the cold, so I turned my shed into a bubble wrap foil fest to keep out the cold. In fact, I don't know what the temperature is in here. It's about 7 degrees outside, but it's quite warm in here. The heater, it's just dipped a little bit now, but the heater hasn't come on, so it's not that cold. It's comfy. It's nice. I had to take my hoodie off. It was that warm. Yes. Says Beer Dog. David Wilson. Yeah, I should do the impression. Beer Dog reviews. How is the medication? And did it still work when you drank Sunset? It's just this beer. It's just savage. Savage. Hello, Mr. Wilson. All right, Captain. Guys, can we like and share? Yeah, let's get some likes and shares going. So, would any of you fancy coming on the live? If you fancy coming on, I will ping you the link. I don't like doing it on my own like this, despite the fact that my wife says I'm an epic show off, which I don't mean to be, but it's kind of fun. But yeah, I like sharing my live stream with others. You can kind of bounce off each other. You don't have to listen to me droning on. Let's say, Mr. Wilson, you're drinking paraffin, petrol, or Preparation X tonight. Isn't that for piles? Captain Meets Adventures. Pee myself laughing. John, you can always fall with Paul. I can always fall with Paul anytime. I can always fall with Paul. You want a link, Sharky? I'll send you. I'll ping you the link, old boy. Oh, I tell you what, I have been doing a lot of. So I don't know if you guys know, but I follow the wars. I follow wars a lot and what happens in wars and why wars develop and all that kind of stuff. So I have been following the whole thing with Israel over this week, and yeah, it's been really interesting. It's a crying shame. But yeah, so it's been nice to actually spend the time to actually dig deep into what's going on. So I've enjoyed that. Kev, where are you? Kev! No, don't send it to that Kev, because that is the Kev that works at Brewery York, and he'll be like, why are you inviting me on? Let me That's the old Instagravel. Sharkinator. Sharky. There you are. Right, I pinged you a link, Sharkinator. Sharky, how is things, and how's the beer tube hero? Is he having a brew? He is a hero. We love him. So the other night, Kev did a live with Luke, and he had his dad on, and I was in a reflective mood, and I said, "Can you ask your dad one bit of advice for life? What would it be?" And he said, "Just be yourself." That was it. I thought that's what I needed here. So simple, no nonsense. Just said it as it was. I'm free, but only for half an hour or so. Well, let's see if. There you go, buddy. I've sent you the link. Hi, John and chat. John, have you lost weight? Yeah, because I've been ill. Been like ill, very ill. But not much. Here he is.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, dude?
It's my last day of my holiday, and here I am. Woohoo!
He's got his Dodgers top on. He's living the dream.
Yeah,
What are you drinking?
nothing at the moment. I'm kind of recovering from last night. Had a few pints last night.
How many?
Let me take my shoes off. No, just about 5 or 6. It wasn't
that's
that
not
bad.
that
No,
That's
it wasn't. No, nothing right now. We're just trying to decide if we're gonna go out to lunch, kind of thing. So
nice.
Yeah.
This is nice. Captain, you can come on, but you got to behave. All right.
Yeah.
He's a wild man. So you can come on. You just got to behave. All right, Captain. I love you. There we go. So yeah, your dad properly cheered me up the other night. I was ill.
Yeah.
I felt like crap. I was like questioning all the decisions I've made of late. And then
Yeah.
and I was like, do I do YouTube? Do I carry on with it? Do I not bother? What do I do? And then
Yeah.
your dad, when I asked you like the advice, he just went, just be yourself. I thought, yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna be myself.
But you asked me what the funniest moment was. I go, don't you dare. Don't you dare. I don't need it. Because I don't know which one he would. I have a couple ideas what he might have said. I'm like, oh, please. Those would have been bad. I mean, not bad, but it'd been funnier than hell. But
I wanted him to tell some stories about you, but he was very,
no,
very good.
yeah, no, he was up to it. He didn't really want to do the YouTube part. It's like, oh, dude, we gotta drink the beer, kind of thing. And it's like, yeah. So I think if we'd caught him on a different day, he might have spilled the beans, kind of thing.
Oh, it was awesome, man. It was
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
I'd love to have
But everyone
you with my
wants to
dad
see
now.
him. Everyone wants to see him and asks about him. So, well, here's a chance for the kind of kill
He's a
two birds with one
legend.
stone. Yeah.
He is. Thomas says, why don't you run as a local councillor, independent, non-party attached? Oh my gosh, can you imagine the amount of trouble that I would cause? I'd probably not be allowed anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Talk
I
about
mean, like,
stress.
smashing us.
Talk about stress. You go from that into that politics. I go, that's even more.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what I want to do, but I am enjoying having, apart from being ill, I'm really enjoying
Yeah.
having a bit of a breather.
Yeah.
And what's nice, it's not, there's been no nastiness or kicking off or anything like that. It's just like, yeah, I need to. I just want another chapter in my life. I feel like
Yeah.
this is the right thing to do. So,
So are you the one of
um,
those that it kind of takes on a challenge, and when that challenge is kind of met, you're like, okay, I'm ready for the next one. Are you kind of one of those? So like you kind of
mm,
met the you kind of. I mean, you're doing cars before, then you kind of did this. Now you're kind of like,
I don't know. I mean, I think before, I'll be honest with you, I had a lot of jobs before I started my own business previously,
mm-hmm,
and I could never really settle in what I was doing because I was just
okay,
utterly not content. There were a few jobs that I had that I really enjoyed. One was working in a scrapyard.
okay,
Absolutely loved that. Um, my job was to sell parts online and over the phone, and because my in-depth, geeky, nerdy, unbelievably random information that I hold in my head about cars, I could tell you from looking at a BMW grill
mm-hmm, yeah,
and exhaust what engine was in that, what the engine code would be, and whether it
I
was
know.
single or twin Vanos,
Oh
which
wow,
is how geeky I was. So I really
yeah,
enjoyed that side of it. But then I got into tuning and writing my own software, doing mapping and stuff like that. I could go back
uh,
into that, but the only thing is with that, it's just I don't know. I feel like that is an industry that's going to be under scrutiny by the bubble hat wearing brigade at some point. So
but kind of, well, I say you kind of almost want to go. You can, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a lot of businesses start up for older cars, especially when everything is going electric, and people want
yeah,
to keep the older cars. So there's going to be sourcing parts. It's going to be probably a little bit harder because obviously the two types of cars are completely different. I mean, for the most, I
I
mean,
just
obviously the body
here.
and whatnot kind of thing that's fine, but the motor side of it, obviously, it's going to be two different
Yeah,
things.
I think though here that it's different in America and certainly in
Hmm.
Europe. My brother-in-law's got an electric car, the new Mercedes four-wheel drive thing, and he took his kids to Disneyland Paris, and he said in the UK was a nightmare charging, finding somewhere to charge.
Oh
When he
yeah,
went to France, absolutely no problem at all.
no, that's our
Absolutely
problem.
no issue.
That's our problem here is trying to charge. I was talking to somebody last night, and they had electric car, and they weren't out in the middle of nowhere, but they were a place where they, for some reason, the cars would pit on them, and it just like they called somebody to come out and kind of help them, and it's like they have no clue how to fix it, and it's like, basically what it was, the battery was just kind of on very low, and the car was like trying to go to I need department stuff kind of thing, and so it was kind of, but it was like if your battery's dead, you're out in the middle of nowhere, you're out of luck.
You've got some mad latency going on with your microphone. So you're doing the signals and stuff, and then your
Okay.
voice comes in about 5 seconds after. I don't know why.
Oh,
Sometimes
that's weird.
it does that. So David Wilson says, "Hi Kev. Any chance of Captain behaving? Slim. I've sent in the link anyway, so all hell could break loose any moment. But Captain's a legend. He's a good lad. You can never be 100% sure about a decision, but at least 60%, then you know it's the right one. Yeah, I'm definitely over 60%, for sure, definitely. Rasco says, "I love the new set." He won't stay like this though. Sharky, do you like me fridge?
Yeah,
You can't tell,
I
but
like
it's
your cool box. Oh yeah, I think about it. It looked like you're in a cool box at the brewery.
yeah, it is like a giant cool box.
But yeah,
So I
but
bought this
your
fridge.
refrigerator, no, that's really nice. Your little
So I
mini.
bought this. It's that's the back of my laptop. I don't know if you can see it. So you've got the top bit, and then you've
Hmm.
got a bottom bit because it's meant down there. Sorry, it's meant for wine. But
Okay.
and it's got a light which annoyingly doesn't stay on. You have to like unlock it, which I can never get it to do because it thinks I'm dead. And then you press that. No, I've just changed it from degrees to Celsius. There we go. Did that make any difference? Can you see the light in there? There's got light in there.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you can see the
and
very
I bought
little.
it on eBay for 45 quid.
Oh, nice.
Very happy. Ah, look, we have another in the basement. Here he is. Hello, mate.
You know,
Hey, Chris.
how's it going?
Doing good.
Good man. Nice to see you.
When I said
What you
dig-
having?
that is my Degar. Oh, where's my camera? There it is. Are we 11% Belgian?
Ooh.
That's rocket fuel. You drink that, and you'll be ready to party after one bottle.
Of course, naturally, I've got a beer fridge next to me desk now, so
I've joined you with that. I feel like I finally graduated to full beer reviewer status by having a fridge in the vicinity of my desk. But I also feel like it could be very dangerous if I'm attempting to do any work at this desk because
Yeah.
you know, I found a new song, a new country song, and it's about cleaning the fridge out, and it's all about. The song is about that he was going to do all this work. He was going to paint the shed, mow the lawn, and then he opened the fridge and he had to clear the bottom shelf out of the fridge of beer, and that was the end of his day. So yeah. So what you been up to, Chris? Anything good?
oh well, work, more work. Pretty much usual.
Got to be done. It's got to be done.
Pay for bills.
How's Shane? Is he all right?
Well, he's alive, you know. Paid for mortgage. That's all I need.
Yeah, man. It's got to be done. I'm just pinging Rasco and Disco the link in case they feel the urge. I think it could be one of those evenings where we kind of people come on. Alamede, if you want to come on, you can. But yeah,
free
how's
Fraser.
yeah? We'd love you on, Alan. We would really love you, but Fraser the cow would be awesome. That'd be great fun. So this year, boys, what has been your favourite beer so far this year?
Ooh,
Well,
bad question.
I am gonna say, obviously, I'm gonna say Sierra Nevada because I had most. That's oh
I feel like I've just asked you a very big decision there, but then
yeah.
I guess at
Well,
Christmas you're going to bring out your "This is my best beer."
well, because I'm trying to think of all the what beers I've had in the past. That's the hard part when you get all like I don't write it down. It's like, oh yeah, here's my list.
Let me just consult my list a minute.
I love it. Sharky's like, I don't have a list. Chris is like, let me consult my list.
Go my list.
My beer book.
Nice.
Obviously, you record each one. No.
No, I could tell you what the most disappointing beer I had this year, and that was Spotten's. We got their Marzen because we didn't get the best beer. We got the Marzen here in the United States,
Oh,
and in
really?
the green bottle. To So that was like strike one.
Yeah,
And
no, the green bottles, man. It's not good.
but the label said Marzen, but then I'm saying like it was something off on it. I was like, what? What's wrong with this one? And I kept looking and looking. All of a sudden, the very bottom of the label it says malt liquor. I'm going like, how can a malt liquor be a Marzen? It's like, what is it? It can't have both. So it's like, so
The rage. Go on, Chris.
yeah.
I think my most disappointing beer is
Coca-Cola.
is
That freaking beer. Honestly, it's going to chase me down to the end of the earth. I swear down.
I
I'm
like
going to
that.
get a T-shirt with the branding on just to annoy everybody.
I bought a whole case for my Christmas drinks that year. So
Yeah, you
Well,
know,
no-
I mean, all it was, the thing that we made a mistake on really was the orange part. It had real orange in it, but we also added like an orange, all natural flavour, which also is the same one they use in washing up liquid. So some people's brain made the link of, hey, this smells like my fairy washing up liquid. And so they went immediately, it tastes like soap. But that's the brain putting that in, that flavour in.
Yeah,
It's really, it's amazing what the brain can do.
Yeah. But no, John, you need to do like a demolition derby kind of thing. Paint on the side of the car so it's like coy. It's just like, okay, I'm just
I'd love to do a demolition derby, honestly. Yeah, there's loads of stuff I want to do. So go on then, Chris. What is it? What is the one that you enjoyed the most?
I think so far, my friend Simon, who I've referenced a few times on track, because he goes away, goes to Belgium every so often, and he brings me back beers. He goes, oh, I think you might like this. Hence why I've got Degar in the fridge. And the best one I've had this year is one that he's brought back for me. And I've never been able to have it before. And it was Kvak. And that was absolutely amazing.
Oh, I can't say I've had it.
The video yet.
All right. So when's the video coming out?
But I reviewed it about 2 weeks ago, so maybe in a month.
Wow.
I'm so far behind on things.
Well, that's not. It's nice to have that kind of consistency. Alan says, "I missed the beginning. Are you closing the brewery completely, John, or just moving away from it?" So I'm still an owner. I am just not working in the company anymore. I'm not the managing director. I just need a break. I need to do something different. I'm just worn out, Alan, and I love the company and I love my staff, and I don't think. I don't think that I've got. No, that's not right. I think that I think somebody else could do it better than me. And what I'm good at, if you want to build a company from scratch, from nothing, and build it the most sort of efficient way and make it so that it does what you want it to do, then I'm your guy. I'm good at building business. You want to start up company, I'll start it, I'll build it, I'll make it start pulling in money. What I'm not good at is reports, paperwork, all the pipelines, predictions. I'm just a doer. I want to get out there, build it. And if you're wanting somebody that like operations on the day-to-day stuff, you firefighting, sorting things out, making things happen, I can do that. And I'm actually quite happy doing that. I love turning a negative thing into a positive. I think you can do it. But you've just got to really look at the. I think it's the mechanic in me, the engineering side. I can see how it starts and all the components that put it together, and I'm like, oh, if we just change this, it'll work and it'll have a good outcome. And sometimes I'm a bit savage. Maybe in business, I can be a bit too brutal. But that's probably my motor trade side. I work for a guy that multi-millionaire, lovely man, a guy called Tim. And he grew up in a very rough family, very rough home, and he really showed me how to work. And in the motor trade, it's full of crooks and criminals. And he said to me, he said, right, what you've got to understand is everybody that walks through that door, everybody that picks up that phone and calls us, they want to take our money. They want to steal from us. So you treat them like a criminal until you know that they're not. And that's not being nasty to them. It's just being to the point. And that's how he did it. And so I'm a bit like that. And it's quite an old school way, but quite often in the brewing trade, I might have gone a bit old school on people. So I apologise if that was you out there. But yeah, so I'm still an owner. Lords is still going. Go and buy your beer. You'll see it in the pubs everywhere. But yeah, I'm no longer the MD. What's going on? It's Garrett 909. How you doing, buddy? I hope you're all right in America. So old Kevy boy is he's over in Calais, and Chris is down in Taunton in Somerset.
We down in Vero, Somerset, eh?
So if I come down, I've got to do the accent the whole time.
Yep.
I get my head panned in by the locals. They're like, "Are you taking a piss?" I'm like, "You made me do it. You made me do it." But yeah, it'd be good. I'd love to come down. I'd love to come down. It'd be good fun, actually. Hi, Chris. It says David Wilson. It's Valves, by the way. Hey, up. What's up? Nice to see you, Valves, over on Twitch. Welcome. I'm sorry that it's taken me a few minutes to get to your comment, but I hope you're having a good time over there on Twitch. Welcome.
To be fair, it's nothing unusual, is it?
I can't get away from my naughtiness, can I? So, looking back over the years of live streams, what have been some of the highlights?
Oh, mine's calling you guys Yahoo.
Yeah, you abuse this on a regular basis, calling me a Yahoo.
Yeah, well, no, because it was like I was on a live and I stepped away and then came back and you guys were saying something, talking about me, and I go, okay, Yahoos.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul.
Yes.
Paul says that to me every once in a while. Just keeps saying, okay, we can keep that going.
I've got one highlight. I'm fairly on in my channel, and I was watching a live from Paul, and you were on there, and you just went, hey, this guy, he's just bought some of our beer and just reviewed it.
It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. I remember we did a live stream, you and me, Chris, and both of us had a skinful. Do you remember that?
I can't even remember the name at the time.
I can't even remember how it ended.
What I'm trying to do is I will never go back and rewatch any of my lives.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
They start off fine, and then there's a rapid deterioration.
Yeah. I remember going to a party and then coming back from said party. I was wide awake, so I decided to go onto Crummy's live stream. And it was Stuart from the Lager Logs and Mark from Craft Beer Hub. And I was just on one. I was absolutely on one. And it is the last half an hour of that live stream is total chaos. Absolute total chaos. So, yeah. For me, I think, yeah, there's been loads of highlights. Honestly, there's so many things that we've done on YouTube that I've enjoyed.
Well,
It's hard to say.
Yeah. it's obviously
You
meeting
know,
all you guys kind of thing. So I mean, that's a highlight. I mean, if it wasn't for that, I mean, I wouldn't be here. I mean, talking to you guys. So
Oh,
mm,
there's
I've
good
made.
things that come out, bad things every once in a while. So
yeah. I've enjoyed. Well, I don't want this to end, so I'm still.
yeah,
I was umming and ahhing about YouTube, but I think it's got to keep going. It's
yeah,
good fun.
you just rebrand it and to what you want, and it'll take you probably trial and error to get to find what you really want to do. I mean,
I've got an idea, Chris, for a new beer channel, just like a completely separate thing, because I'm out of the brewery, and if I don't end up working for another brewery, I can finally do the channel that I've always wanted to do, which is bath time beer reviews, and I want to. I want to get in the bath, get loads of bubbles, and like Chris will remember this. What was it, Darling Buds and May, where they used to sit in the bath, and they had and they had that they had like a tray, and they had all their food and stuff on it. But I thought my idea was to have two of those because I'll need one further down to put the camera on, and then I'll have one with the beer on, and I'll sit in the bath and just review the beer. And I think it'd be hilarious. I just think it would be such a funny, stupid thing to do.
Very
oh
strict
yeah,
camera.
It's just
yeah.
if I
You
drop
got
anything.
Duck Norris. Oh, is it Duck Norris or
Quack
and
Norris.
yeah, you little rubber ducky.
Mhm. It's
To
true.
have him.
We've got. Oh, somebody was in the basement and then vanished. David
Uh-oh.
Wilson says, my favourite this year has been Sirens Crescendo. I haven't had I like the guys at Siren. They're a good bunch, but I haven't had that one.
I don't know if I have a.
Chris has got it, I bet you. He's like, oh yeah, I've got that one. It's right here. Is that a on the shelf there? Is that a what were they called now? Gremlin? No, not that thing. On the shelf behind you. What were they called? I haven't seen them since the 80s. Oh, I had one of these when I was a kid. Yeah. You put your hand in it and then you can make it talk.
This is Hoppo the beer goblin. He's got movable eyes.
Oh, wow. Hello.
There you go. That's how you do beer reviews now.
That would be epic. Are there any classic early craft beers from like the 90s and noughties that aren't brewed anymore? Oh, there's probably Eric. I bet there's hundreds.
Even over here, there's a lot too that just. And people ask for it. Like, where are you going to brew that again? Where are you going to brew that again? I mean, your brewery are always, because you're always evolving. You get to the point like this. His favorite beer. Won't mention that name anymore. But yeah, it's like that. Those like kind of things.
True. Thomas
See you,
said
David Wilson.
Vocation Barrel Aged Mint Chocolate Stout, my favourite of this year. Not a fan of some other releases. Okay.
I enjoyed that one.
Alan says, listening to you guys whilst painting the hallway. We'll defo get on next time. Oh, Alan.
Just get Fraser to paint it.
Alan, if Alan's painting that hallway, he's going to be naked whilst he's doing it. I just know it. You just know that's what he's doing. Alan, could you please confirm? We need to know. Matt Williams, hello, mate. How you doing? Legend. We got all the legends in tonight. I think this is in to do with yours, Sharky. Aren't malt liquor just any beer over a certain percentage to circumvent or evade tax laws?
It's well for you guys, yes. But yeah, no, I was looking at that. It's like it is a beer, but it's more and to the liquors, you're trying to make it act like a liquor, like a spirit of some sort, because they put more corn in it and whatever just to get the ABV up. But I mean, it can be a low ABV, but usually that ABV is really high for a malt liquor.
So
What's over
close to
here?
what we would call a barley wine.
Kind of, but I think it's still going to be. I just want to say it's a real souped up lager. I'm going to call it kind of, but it's. I just think it's how it's made, how it's fermented, and all that. It's not distilled, but I think it's this way you make the your spirit. They just ferment it out instead of distilling it. So, but yeah, you can. Most people will probably say it's a beer, but it's not, my opinion.
Sorry, my security cameras are all going mental.
Uh-oh.
My house is like Fort Knox. I've got cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm just checking.
That's the only cans.
Yeah.
Guns don't, people. Rabbits do. Let me... What song? What was that from? That was a old British tune, wasn't it? Come on, what's going on?
Right, you'll have to for 2 seconds. It's 10-100.
10-100. It's better than a 10-200.
I can get up. I'm getting old, you know.
10-100. I love it. I love it. When
I
somebody
haven't heard that in a long
smoking
time.
Yes, Smoking the Bandit reference. You know things are good.
Yeah.
You know you got good friends.
Well, we always say that when we're kids.
Did you?
I was
Really?
Yeah, Eric, I would probably say it probably mostly here, but I'm sure you can get around the world. It just they may call it something else.
Flipping. What is going on with my? Anyway,
Need a
so
reboot.
it's probably the neighbour's cat going mental. Could you find someone to hire to focus on paperwork and other aspects whilst you focus on sales, marketing, double down on the parts you like? Yeah, well, we kind of did that. There's a lot of stuff that you kind of have to do that it's very difficult to hand over to somebody that doesn't necessarily understand about beer. So I tried that. I did try that, and it wasn't that successful. So it kind of needs somebody else. I'm just tired, man. I'm just worn out. I'm old. I'm old. Hiya, John and Eric. Hello, Lou. How you doing?
Hello.
Nice to see you. Wish you well and your future plans. Thank you, Lou. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you to say that. You know, I was really worried about how everybody would react, whether they would be mad or not mad or whatever. And overwhelmingly, people have been supportive. So I think people understand.
It's the end of an era, but the brewery will continue without you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, carry on.
You have to give time for yourself, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not worth being miserable all the time. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. There's more to life than work. I don't want to exist. I want to be enjoying life. And I've done a lot of just existing for a long time. So I'm not saying I've had a bad life in the last 10 years. It's been very good. But I just want to...
your kids are getting... More. Yeah, your kids are getting to that point where they're kind of doing stuff you kind of probably want to be involved in it maybe a little bit more too. Kind of thing.
110%. That is probably one of the major drives in it as well. Although Kobe and Mike have started their own YouTube channel now called Racing Bob, and it's all about Hot Wheels cars and their Hot Wheels, and they're doing all sorts of stuff. It's amazing because they did their first reel and it did 123 views, and they haven't been able to top it, so they're getting really annoyed now. But
Yeah.
yeah, they just want to do it, and they think that they're going to make loads of money out of it, and they won't. They won't make anything. But the fun of it is, I mean, they might do. There's an outside chance, but it's nice for them to understand that YouTube is a lot of hard work, and you might not earn anything, and you do it because you love it and it's a bit of fun, rather than doing it because it's like, this is my way out when I become big and famous, and because that's probably not going to happen.
It's 1 in a million people that makes an actual living
Hang on,
from it.
one sec.
Yeah.
I mean, I do it. I enjoy it. I like drinking beer. I like talking about beer, so I do it.
Yeah, no, because I kind of changed things up here a little bit. I mean, not the major, but it's just like John says, you're trying. Oh, I'm still trying to find that. Okay, that's what I need to do. I mean, the aha moment. I mean, you kind of like, okay, I got the right direction, and but it's a lot of work, kind of thing, because I get how I want. I can't think of the word right now. Basically, I'm a perfectionist, I guess you want to say. I want everything to be like this and this, and I don't have the patience sometimes. So it's like, okay, I'm not gonna do that then now, kind of thing.
Completely with you on that one.
Yeah. So and most of my videos, like beer reviews, I just turn the camera on and turn it off. I might clip the front and the ending, beginning and ending kind of thing, to get rid of this part and that kind of thing.
Sorry, I heard children crying right outside. It was my niece and nephew have come over for a sleepover, and she walked into the fence, and she came
jeez.
in. So she's not happy. So Liz was like, "Oh no!" She's tiny, my niece. She's that little tiny thing. Thomas said, "My parents almost got bamboozled by a door-to-door salesperson to do a pavement all around the property and garden for 25 grand. And I had to step in and so get him. Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I had a similar thing where they were trying to get my parents to sell their, well, they were trying to, there was this company that was trying to sell their house fast for them, and they had a panel of buyers. It turned out that they didn't have a panel of buyers. They just advertised it within an internal estate agents. And if they didn't find a buyer, they just stuck it on Rightmove, and they put interests in with the property, the land registry. So one of the things I did this year is I'm really good at finding people and finding information and geolocating and all sorts of stuff. So I tracked down everybody that worked in the company. I got all anything that was public information about them. And I built a website and posted it all with all the information on there. And this year, that company is gone. It's gone basically because of what I did. It meant that no one would sign up for them, and it crashed their entire scam. And they released my parents from any contract. I mean, one of the contracts just basically they tried to get power of attorney and all kinds of stuff. Insane.
Oh, gee.
So they released them of everything because I had all their personal details up on a website.
Yeah.
So not dox them. I did have their home addresses. I had all their home addresses, mobile phone numbers, and everything. But I'm not one for doxing. I just don't think that's the way forward. But
Yeah.
car registrations, where they go, that's all public information.
There's no excuse for these sort of people that prey on vulnerable people, is there?
No. But I mean,
no. As far as I'm concerned,
yeah.
they're from my point of view, I think they're for me they're I don't have any remorse or anything at all. So, yeah. So Thomas, go after him. Don't let them get on with it. Evil.
Yeah.
So Ring doorbell. I've got Ring doorbells on both ends of the house. I have another security system with other cameras that record and track. So and they've got face recognition and stuff like that. So if you come to the house and press that doorbell, well, as soon as you step on my land, I'm filming you. So and then it's amazing. Once you get one of those doorbells, they ring the doorbell. You look on your phone and you go, "Oh, can I help you?" And they're like, "Oh, I'm from whoever, trying to sell it, not interested. Have a nice day." And they're gone. You don't have to open your front door. You don't talk to them.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thomas, just right of implied access. So you need to serve them with the company if you can find, if it has a company name, if it's a limited company or whatever, serve them with a right of implied access to be removed or denied, and then if they come back again, you can phone the police and they will be prosecuted for trespassing. Lou's Life, loving the man cave with the silver walls and lights. It's not going to stay like this. This is just the insulation. I can't afford the paneling to go over the top for the time being. Looks like I'm in. What was it? Crummy said I look like I'm inside a turkey basting tray at the moment.
Oh yeah. Are you gonna soundproof it or
well,
as you can? I guess.
So I've got a sound bar under the desk, so that's how I can hear you. So it's quite far from the mic, so the mic doesn't pick it up.
Yeah.
And I just stood outside, and it's up full, and you guys are talking, and I can only just hear you. And I mean, I can't make out what you're saying. I can just hear.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's actually, since this has been sealed, it's a heck of a lot better than it was.
Better than what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, literally, when I was doing the live stream before, Liz was like, it's like you just stood in the garden talking.
Oh.
So, yeah. What's he say? He said they were trying to sell. They were trying to say because there is a mini crack in some small part of the pavement, it's health and safety risk, and something needs to be done. Therefore, entire pavements need doing everywhere. But see, pavements outside of a property, unless they're on your land, that's highways. So if it's within your land, it doesn't make any difference. I mean, technically, if it was really dangerous and somebody fell over like a hole, then they could sue you. But I mean, it's rare. You've got to be a proper ambulance chaser to do that. Lose life. Be funny that bathrobe reviews. Just me in a bathrobe. Boglins. That's what it is, Ilko. Boglins. I was trying to get the word. I'm so impressed that you've got a boglin. That's made my day. I meant bath time reviews. Yeah, it would be funny, wouldn't it? It would be a good laugh. Bio, good luck for the future, John. Looking forward to seeing what you do next. Thanks, David Wilson. You've probably gone by now because that was a good few minutes ago.
17 years ago.
Yeah, I'm going to try and catch up. Bye, David. Barry. It's Barry. Hello, Barry. I rang the builders merchants today next to you guys. Barry, I need a haircut from you. I'm looking. Look at me. Look. I'm a mess. Oh, Sharky's got to go. His mum's here. He's in trouble. Life's too short. Got to go. Enjoy family and life, as you only get one chance. Don't work to live. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, you're not wrong. We've all got to pay our bills, though, I guess. But it's the taking... Chris, when you finish work and you come home, do you bring work home with you?
Well, because of the position I'm in, sometimes. It's not so much now because I'm just a supervisor. But when I was a team leader, I used to bring a lot home with me.
Yeah, that's the thing for me. It's that bringing it home all the time, and I'm not very good at not doing it. Thomas says the passion at an early age for video creation might be a springboard to future ambitions, different channel ideas, and it could grow over time. Weirdly, my RGB reviews channel is doing really well. It gets like 12,500 views a month or something. And it's gradually creeping up in subscribers. I think it's up to 90 nearly. And I think my best video is a reel. It's done about 25,000 views. Bonkers. It's only 1 minute long. Me waffling about some earphones.
I have set up another channel now,
Have you?
but I don't. I've been holding off and saying anything because I don't know if I'm going to carry on with that or just merge it into my main channel. But
Right.
I'm doing game walkthroughs and things like that, Skyrim and Age of Empires and things. And when I go for a walk with the dog and things like that, I've only got 2 videos up at the moment. And so I'm thinking I might just stop that one and just put all my videos on my main channel anyway.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's mine's kind of all over the place because it's more the lifestyle than the breweries per se, and just like what I get up to really. But yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea. Or you could honestly, Chris, you should do something about your dogs, man, because that is massive on YouTube.
I keep thinking about it. It's like because I'm chairman of one club, like filming our best in show. But it's hard for me because if I was going to film it, I'm doing the commentary at the same time.
Right.
And so if I'm filming, the camera has to be at the steward's table in the ring, but I'm outside the ring, so it's all very complicated.
Yeah.
Because
radio mics
so far into the middle of the hall, so
yeah. Well, it's a bit like the car thing's not the easiest. I feel like I massively underestimated cars because the amount of stuff you need. Like, I really need a drone probably, but that's. I was talking to Cromie about what do I need for a drone. Who could be the richest beer YouTuber? I don't feel like there's any rich ones in beer at all because it's such a tiny part of YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Lou's like loving the shorts on the Hot Wheels. They are great. Bless him. Yeah, the girl who walked into the fence is okay. She's fine. She's just little. What it is, you know, when you get a tiny dog, Chris will understand this. In their mind, they're a massive dog. They're like, and this little tiny girl makes the most noise about everything. She's a proper little firecracker.
Probably translates into dogs.
Yeah. Well, they're very close. They're very close. Thomas put, honestly, John, I felt like they were trying to steal from my family. Was absolutely seething because the price is above and beyond per square meter when I researched, and they were just using pressure selling techniques. Oh yeah, man. Just far as I'm concerned, those guys when they're like that, they're free reign. You do what you need to do, and it's interesting because I went to the police. And Humberside Police came back with because technically, obviously, my mum is of age where she's technically vulnerable, and they went and explained the fraud. And Humberside Police, you know what their answer was? It's too complicated for us to do anything about. And I was like, what? And then they said, we looked at your son's website and there's nothing on there that isn't public knowledge, but he's erring on the edge. If he put anything more on there that isn't public information, he could be in trouble. Which amazed me because I just thought, wow, we've gone to get some help from you from a fraud that we know that's happening, and now we're the ones that you're kind of pushing to be in trouble. But see what it is. Some of these companies, what they do, there's another one, a recovery company that was a scam through what's it called now? Go Compare, or no, it wasn't Go Compare. It was Compare the Market, and I got this recovery service. I won't say the company, and then it was very, very cheap. The following year, they tried to scam me out of about 600 quid for the policy because I hadn't answered their email saying that I didn't want it to auto renew. When the fact was that in a previous email, I had told them that I no longer have the car, asked them for a quote for another one. They quoted me, it was too expensive, and I said, no, don't worry about it. We'll call it a day. So they tried to take all this money.
Exactly the same thing. I won't say the company name because I won't do that. But my old Citroen Saxo was off the road, and I sold it. Got rid of the old donkey. I said, "Oh, you need to enjoy your car." No, it doesn't belong to me anymore. It's gone. Oh, you need to insure it. Took me 3 months to convince them that I do not have that car anymore.
Yeah. It's not right. But the thing is, if you do challenge and you won't leave them alone, which is what I'm like, I'll just keep on and on and on and on. And then I find out more details. I might give them a little ring at home and just say, hey, sorry, our call got cut off earlier. So I thought I'd just ring you at home. No. But you basically just keep pushing them and pushing them and pushing them. And in the end, they don't want you as they don't need the hassle. They just want to scam the easy targets. So they will give in eventually. But you just have to push and push and push. And when they're like that and they're trying to take money off old people, it's fair game.
Yeah.
Fair game. That I will say, YouTubers and anybody with Instagram at the moment and Facebook, there is a scam coming around where it says that you have violated YouTube or you violated Instagram's terms for harassment. Or what was it? I had one saying that I had harassed somebody, and I thought, well, that's strange because I haven't sent any messages to anybody for 2 weeks, so that's very difficult. So what I did is I opened the link in a sandbox on a computer, which is like a computer within a computer, and it was a scam link that basically ran a short program that would then force you to give up your details for your account. I was like, yep. So if you've got Instagram and you've got Facebook and you get something like that, just ignore it. Just ignore it, delete it, report it, and that's it.
So much of it, isn't there?
Loads of it. I felt like I'm going to take charge of this situation and protect my parents from a ridiculous thing. Oh, yeah, you go to town, mate. Go to town on them. Like I say, I built a whole website. I bought their company URL, but with so they had the .co.uk. I bought the .com, and then I bought 2 other variations of their company URL. And then basically, if you Googled their name, my website came up at the same time. So, just killed them. Just killed them. Captain Meats, what's going on? You came on. I saw you for a split second and then you vanished. What's going on? Hang on a minute. We've lost Captain. Where is he? I saw him pop up and then he disappeared. But now I can't see his message. Where is it? Sorry, Chris. Sorry, chat. I'm just having a senior moment. Where the heck?
I was going to 10-100, but whilst you're doing that, what I will do is talk about something.
Go for it.
I just need to find something to talk about. Oh, I know. I don't have a beer review coming up soon. I have.
You don't have a what?
I don't have a beer review coming soon. I have not one, but two mead reviews. So I've, mead. I have a traditional mead from Lime Bay Winery, which is this one. Absolutely, that one. And I also have tournament mead, which has ginger in it as well. I mean, they should have called it Jasper mead, surely. Or Paul's mead, or I don't know. So I
love a
have
bit of mead. I do like mead.
Mead reviews from Lime Bay Winery. And bearing in mind that I do not like sours, I do have another sour review coming up soon.
It's lovely. I love it.
I always think I hate sours. I'd never had one. And then I went to the craft beer bar that we have in town, and I had this blue raspberry sour from it was Neon Raptor, I think. And it was amazing. And now I enjoy sours.
I struggle, but I had one from Squawk the other day, a cherry one, and I struggled initially with it, but after like 5 minutes, I totally got it. Ah, we've got another lunatic in chat in the basement. Here he is.
Hello,
You handsome
Hello,
devil,
John.
you.
All right, Chris, how Dan?
All right.
Hello, mate.
Yeah, I thought I'd pop in for a beer. Thanks for sending me the link.
It's nice, man. It's nice to have you on.
What
So
I will do is I will 10-100 now then.
you will what?
10-100.
10-100.
I don't know what 10-100 is. Is it something I said?
Yeah, 10-100 is a reference from Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh,
where
of course, I knew it somewhere. Yeah,
it goes for a wee. Oh, she goes for a wee. Frog goes for a wee.
it's a CB reference, isn't it?
And it's called a 10-100. And she's like, a 10-100? He goes, yeah, you're going for a 10-100. And then it's like, well, it's better than a 10-200. So Paul, aka Captain Meats, says, I think I'm on, but I can't see him in the basement, so I don't know what he's doing. He popped up briefly in the basement. What are you drinking?
Well, I thought
that looks like Weekend Driver.
I reached into the stash. Might be me last chance to get a pint, to get a drink with you, John. Yes, Weekend Driver. It was. I think that's my last one as well. From my last order.
It's a beautiful beer.
Which has been a while. I apologise. Yeah, I think I've already had one. I'd never got round to reviewing any of the beers on that order because I've sort of slipped off the radar a little bit with reviews. I've just been drinking beer.
No, nothing wrong with that. You know, I was saying this to someone just today. That YouTube, it can really take it out of you, and you're always giving out, aren't you? It's a very I wouldn't say time consuming. I don't know. Lou and Chris, they'll know about that because they're way bigger than me. I find like because I'm working, it's like an add-on that takes up a lot of time, and I do it because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So then, if you're not enjoying it for whatever reason, or life is just annoying, then it becomes a chore. And I think when it's like that, you just need to, like you say, just stop doing your reviews and enjoy having a beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's creative. It's the creative time or the creative energy that it takes, which sounds a bit poncy, I think, when I say it, but it's like it is that you get to a point where you think, am I just talking complete and utter twaddle here? And like, I listen, I don't even like, contrary to popular belief, I don't like the sound of my own voice. So I'm sitting there listening back thinking, Disco, shut up. You know, I mean, I don't know how about you, but you seem to be right, because like you're doing it more like for the business YouTube than sort of like a personal. But you've kind of hit the nail on the edge. You've obviously nailed what you're talking about, because you know your stuff. So it probably is a bit different for you, but it still takes time and effort and energy, doesn't it?
It does. It does. And I wouldn't say there's definitely people out there that know way more about beer than I do. There's no doubt about. Well, flipping Mersey beers. I mean, that guy is like the oracle when it comes to beer. What he doesn't know isn't worth writing. So
Mersey Beers is brilliant. He keeps sending me links for beers with disco in the name, which I've asked for and I welcome. But yeah, he finds some fairly obscure ones sometimes, and he does know a lot of stuff. So
yeah, it's funny, isn't it? But I mean, I think for me, I don't know about you guys. It's I feel like we've had I feel like I'm doing therapy tonight. I feel like it should be fun. The whole point in beer is for fun. Really, it's to socialize, to chat, to build relationships. The amount of times I've gone into pubs and on my own and just sat and had a beer and then ended up having a fantastic wild night, chatting to loads of people and finding like really interesting people that I've never ever would normally talk to. Like our paths wouldn't pass, but because you've had a beer, you've let your guard down a little bit, and then you just somebody asks you a question, and you get that. One of my favourites is there's a particular pub, and you go in, and there's some old boys that always sit, and this bar's like an L shape. So everybody that kind of just comes to the main bar, but on the right hand side of the bar where it's L shaped, it's all the old boys and the regulars. And if you sit on their stool, you're going to get in trouble. But if I really enjoy, I'll have a beer. They'll sit there and they'll watch me all the way through whilst I'm drinking a beer. And then I'll go to the loo or whatever, I come back, and then I'll move my stool round and I'll just sit with those guys and I'll just open conversation. And the stuff and the stories and their lives, and you could write a book. It's just fascinating. And I think that for me is why pubs are great, and the magic of it all is like you don't get that kind of pub vibe, I don't think, anywhere else in the world like you do in the UK.
No,
we
have pubs here, but they are not real pub. Well, they call them open houses, I guess, if you want to. I think that's the old terminology. But yeah, it just because I read an article. I read an article about Irish pubs and bookstores. Kind of put the two together. People go buy books and go over to the pub and have a pint and read their book and maybe converse with somebody if they deem.
Yeah.
Said, oh, that sounds kind of neat. I mean,
yeah.
Well,
what's the London term? Disco barstool preaching, is that what they call it? Barstool preaching. It was in Chas and Dave. Barstool preaching.
Okay. I don't really use that one, but yeah, there is always. I think pubs up and down the country have that kind of thing and have various terms for it. But yeah,
I love it. It's where you sit at the pub and there's some old boy and he'll just tell you how it is, and you either choose to listen or you don't.
Well, I kind of like
got a knitted jumper on, with holes in it, check shirt, big grey beard, a flat cap. Oh, I tell you what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And then,
Okay.
you know, the annoying bit is, so you hear it. Sometimes it's utter nonsense because I've had a load of beer. Sometimes they've lived it and cocked it up. And what they're trying to tell you is, yeah, I've lived that and you don't want to do what I did. And what you need to do is this. And then you'll go all around the houses and then you'll be like, flipping, that dude was right in the pub.
Well, like
I'm hoping in 20 years that'll be me at the bar.
well, it's like Slurpee Dave in his videos. He goes to all these little pubs and stuff like that. I was like, that's cool. I kind of
Slurpee Dave's a legend, man.
Slurpee Dave's videos are just absolutely brilliant. He always has the perfect pint, and
Yeah.
he's always got a lot to say. And like you say, then he goes out and about as well. And yeah, I always shout about Slurpee Dave because it's kind of what I want to do. It's just like really natural, really easy chatting, and he, like some of his jokes are a bit suspect, but I like that kind of thing anyway.
Yeah.
I just think I think he's a really good guy.
Yeah.
He's not far from me. I'd love to go to. I've never been to the Isle of Man. I should put that on my list of things to do.
Well,
but
he met up with Bramwell when he was over
Rob's
on
still in the
holiday.
chat,
Bramwell at the time.
because Rob and Dave they met each other at one time.
Yeah. Because he was on a canal boat in Cheshire, so he, like literally next door to Bramwell. So they met up for a pint in a pub down the road, like sort of thing.
That's mad, isn't it? Yeah, Bramwell came up and he said that he'd met him.
Yeah.
Oh, have I? No, I have given him the right one. Paul, aka Captain Meats, is trying to get on the live. He came on. He was in the basement briefly and then vanished, and I don't know how to get him back. So he says, I think I'm on, and I'm like, no, I can't see you. So I don't know what's happened.
Oh, if he's going through Instagram, you sent the message through Instagram.
Yeah, I've just done it. Yeah,
He's trying to go through it's he needs to open up into the browser, not through Instagram. That's his problem.
Yeah,
That was the same mistake I made.
yeah. So if you're in there, Captain, copy it and paste it into something else like Chrome. Let me just double check I've given you. If I log in now down in the basement, oh, that link doesn't work. Entering the studio. Let's have a look. Continue. Allow. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so that link isn't right then, because I've just appeared. Oh no. Yeah, no, I am there. Oh, I look good. I look better on my phone. Oh,
Echo.
Sorry, everybody.
He's got to turn off his YouTube window. We've all made that mistake once or twice.
Yeah.
Coming onto a live stream with YouTube open.
I've just killed everybody's. There's like 19 people going. Ah! Oh dear. Thomas says, although I've made stupid mistakes in the past myself, ain't perfect. No, me neither. Lou says, my business is going steady at the minute. I'm really enjoying having my own business. It is having your own business is really good if you can make it work as a lifestyle. Lifestyle businesses can be really good. Really good. But he's here. He's here.
Hello, my brothers and sisters. Oh my God, what is that all about?
Mate, it's awesome to see you. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I've just just been picking a fight with Google, I think.
Yeah.
Can I just show off my beer glass?
You go for it.
Apparently, if you took this back to a brew dog, you got a free drink. So I've kept mine.
Really?
Wow.
Probably the better
Yeah.
idea. Otherwise,
There was-
you'd have to
there was
drink
a- there was-
another Brewdog beer.
There was a beer amnesty, wasn't there? There was a glass amnesty in Brewdog, so I kept mine. There we go.
Oh,
So
I
how was everyone?
Oh,
Yeah,
doing
yeah, yeah.
good.
didn't realise that.
Do you know what I think it is? Because I made the mistake of buying £250 worth of Equity Punk shares.
I'd love to see you sort that scam out, John.
That's beyond me.
Well, I've got a Raspberry Pi just in case. I'm gonna try and hack Brewdog.
Oh man, hey, your setup's looking pretty fly there, Captain. You're looking the real deal.
I've got. Can I tell you about me setup? I've got.
Yeah. Look, I'll put you on big screen. There you go. Let's stick you on the big
I've got
screen.
light.
There you go.
I've got lights from B&M.
Not wrong with that.
For those in the south, B&M's a really cheap shop. That you don't need to wear a suit. You don't need to wear a suit to get in.
Look at all them pictures, man. You got loads. I hope you got one of Burt Reynolds, because if you haven't, I'm going to be upset.
Well, the Bear Reynolds photographs are in the shrine of you, John.
Oh, well, that's all right. Could you imagine? Could you imagine how messed up that would be? If we went, oh, we got him on live and there was a whole shrine, I'd have died. That's been horrendous.
I've got one to Rasco and Disco. I've got one to Rasco and Disco, but I don't know which one to go for, if I'm honest.
Look at Disco, looks very dashing though today.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
You haven't seen the T-shirt, John.
Oh, yeah, boy. Oh man. So
Can I just say I'm watching. I've got my projector on, and I can see me flat. I think I'm in the Twilight Zone.
You do. It looks very cool.
What was
Thomas
that?
Flynn says he's going to make the investment in a Ring doorbell. Just so you know, if you go on to Amazon, there are some refurbished ones for 26 quid at the moment. So yeah, just put in Amazon Ring refurbished. I picked up my front doorbell for 26 quid. I've done on my RGB Addict channel. So I converted my existing doorbell and put a new transformer in and wired it so that it ran off the existing stuff. So if you go onto rgbaddict.com, RGB Addict on YouTube, there's a whole how to fit a Ring doorbell. And I think the transformer I bought from City Electrical Factors, it was about 15 quid. So yeah, I hope that helps.
Can I make 2 points about that particular thing you've just said, John? Number one, did you buy Optimus Prime?
Yes, I did. Always, because Optimus Prime is awesome.
And the other thing as well is, if just in case, because I'm from Liverpool, if you buy a Ring camera, the bailiffs will take it. So just in case. But you'll see them doing it. So that's not so bad.
Wow, has it got that bad?
Well, believe it or not, I live in an area where the bailiffs don't go. No, so what's everyone drinking tonight? What's everyone got in their hands tonight?
I'm on a Lord's Beer Weekend Driver.
What a beer that is as well.
I've gone very basic, I'm afraid. Very, very basic. I've just gone Go Ship. Yeah.
It's all right. I like Ghost Ship. It's
Oh.
okay.
It's my standard go-to chill out drink. I finished my potty, so Go Ship.
I think Go Ship's all right, actually, isn't it?
I like it. I'm just glad Tom's not there because he hates Richard, doesn't he?
He does. He does. He does. I don't mind it. I think it's
Well,
all right.
my friends are hops.
Anything I can't do is that Adam's Lager I struggle with.
Mm.
I'd rather drink the Ghost Ship than the lager.
I don't mind it. It's fine.
I need to get a fridge full of my own beer. I've decided. So I shall sneak up and look. I bet I've got some.
Getting quick before you lose your staff discount, John.
Yeah.
Well, this is it. Yeah, I'll probably lose it. Yeah.
Make sure you get one of those, John.
My gosh, I bet there's one lurking somewhere. In
One in the staff. Yeah.
Eric says, remember from my childhood that a couple of salesmen tried to sell a Kirby vacuum cleaner to my parents for like $1,500 worth at a minimum. It sounded like a jet plane and weighed a ton. They were good though, the Kirby vacuum cleaners.
What was that comedian? He used to work at the Kirby vacuum cleaner salesman. John. It's that comedian from Liverpool.
John Bishop.
John Bishop.
Yeah.
He used to be a vacuum cleaner salesman. I think.
He used to say it was the best blowjobs you could get in Kirby.
Now you promised to behave yourself here, but
Oh, sorry.
Remember,
I'm
you're
talking
not
from a
typing.
When Shane was at Glastonbury, he met John Bishop.
Did he?
Yeah.
What's he like? Is he as fuck? I love his humour. He's so dry, isn't he? So,
He's a really nice guy. So, as all Liverpool people know.
I love Scouts.
To be
Honestly,
fair, he grew up in a place called Skelmersdale.
Scam.
Scam, where it basically what happened was in the sort of 60s and 70s, they knocked the slums down and they moved everyone to Scam.
oh really?
So that's what happened. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. That's what happened to us.
So he's lived. He's a genuine article then.
No. I think he grew up in Scam. So I don't. But Scam's like if you come from Liverpool. Well, if you go to North Wales, it's basically in the summer. North Wales is Liverpool, really. Go to Rhyl, Carnarvon, Bala, like Liverpool, really.
Festival in Prestatyn, and it was full of Scousers.
Prestatyn, yeah.
But honestly, the best people you'd ever meet.
Do you know, honestly, that's one thing that the brewery has really done. I would never have ventured into Liverpool as a southerner, because having been to Manchester and the lack of love that southerners have in Manchester, I would be like, I'm going to die if I go to Liverpool. And actually, the Scousers they're like Yorkshire folk. They are really real, really friendly, and a good laugh. And I would happily, I would live in Liverpool, no problem.
Well, can I just say, Liverpool people are like Yorkshire without the incest, but sorry. I think if you were to compare us to the royal family, I think we're the Harry and Meghan of the royal family, aren't we? No, I think
No.
I think what it is because to be honest with you, we're a university town, so we're like I think we used to like having all manner of people come to Liverpool. So I think we're used to it.
Oh gosh, why did I let you on?
Oh yeah, no.
I love you,
John. John, you said bring the magic later, baby. So I have.
Lou says it looks great, even if it is insulation. Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? It's kind of I feel like I'm a turkey basting tray disco, or I'm in a sort of a really crap SpaceX spaceship. Hey, it's Jim from North Carolina. Lately been enjoying the Tweety.
Jimbo, is that Jimbo Cop? Is that Jimbo Cop the future of beer? The beer of the we need get Jim on. We need the future of beer enforcement on.
Right, I need a 10-100, and
I'm gonna take off, guys.
There's quite. Are you going, Kev?
Yeah, I got a couple things to do. If you're still going, I'll jump.
Oh, Sharky, it's nice. Sharky, it's nice to speak to you actually in human form.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so but no,
Nice
hopefully
to
I'll be
speak to
back
you.
shortly. Yeah. Anyways, if I don't see you guys, have a good weekend.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Kev.
Will do.
Yeah, there we. What were you drinking there, Paul?
I was drinking Vocation's finest new music that I purchased in a very boutique shop called B.
Oh, I didn't say it.
Very boutique.
I'll go for a wee. I'll be back in a second.
John, wash your hands, please. Thank you.
I'll sing the national anthem 3 times for you.
So the big question is, Chris, where is Tyrion tonight?
He's upstairs with Shane.
He's where?
Yeah, he's gone upstairs. He ain't coming down.
Is Tyrion sulking, is he?
He's gone to bed.
Oh, the bugger.
Lazy little shite.
Oh. Have you been out for walkies tonight?
Oh, he's had 3 walks, so you know.
Wow. Is that like your normal everyday thing? 3 walks and
No, we do 4. I'll take 4 again before I go to bed.
Do you do the walkies? Do you say that? Walkies.
No, it's oi, shit face, out.
And that's it. Like that. He knows.
And then he just looks at you and goes, yeah, fuck off. Put the duvet on him, pick him up in the duvet, throw him out the door, and then run down the stairs after him.
So is Tyrion your favourite character in the GOT world? Is he? Is that where it comes from?
No, well, he's called Tyrion because he is a little lion.
Right, okay. That's cool. Well, that's really cool.
I'm a Targaryen myself, so
I'm a Gemini, so I think we'll be okay. So what are you up tonight then, Mr. R?
Say again?
Sorry, I always get used to mixed up. Is it Rasco or Disco? You're Rasco, aren't you?
I'll give you a big clue.
I'm really old now, so
Rasco's the lesser spotted one on YouTube.
You're the Disco.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry. I really do apologise. So what are you up to tonight? What's the beer? What's the scene? Set the scene, baby.
Tonight I'm taking it easy tonight, so I'm having a couple of beers at home. Like I say, because John invited me on, I thought I'd get some Lords out. I never got around to drinking this one. It's I'm really enjoying it. Good, best bitter with some toffee notes. But I'm out tomorrow. I'm up my local brewery tomorrow. Got a tap day tomorrow up the road. So.
Oh right, okay. So what's the brewery or the brewery or?
It's a brewery called Perivale Brewery. I'll probably go on about it too much, but it's it's a really local brewery. It's on a farm, like just off the motorway, just off the M40 on the outskirts of London. So it's kind of in London suburbs, but it's kind of on a little like urban farm. So it's really quiet. It's quite small, but got half a dozen different beers on tomorrow. So should be a good day out of the farm as long as the weather behaves itself.
So what's the drink you're looking forward to drinking the most?
Well, probably tomorrow they got a new one for the. He always does one every year for like Halloween. So tomorrow's the pumpkin Hefeweizen for Halloween, which is a bit weird. You should be putting stuff in Hefeweizens because it's not really the dumb thing. But this is London, so do you know what I mean? We do what we like, really.
Yeah. I've just noticed there's a comment by Jimbo Cop, and I just want to say, OCP, the future of law drinking. That wasn't planned. That was not planned. I've got me RoboCop t-shirt on tonight, so it was. But it's nice to see Jim. So there you go. Is this John? Is this the return of the Mac? Is this the return of John? It's the return of John. I am going to literally get a charging lead. Does that make sense?
Good plan.
And another one of these finest Captain Meats B&M have created a beer. It's called Vomit Inducing.
And it's a cute little 330 by the looks of it.
It's a cute.
Which I'm quite surprised to see, but you know. Welcome back, John.
Oh man, hang on one sec.
To be honest with you, the reason why the 330s is I've got a coat and they fit in the pocket.
Oh,
so when you're walking around the B&M, you don't have to pay. It's a brilliant system.
Got your number. And because it's B&M, you only default an amount of £1.50, so it's all right, isn't it? It don't really matter. I haven't got a B&M near me, I don't think, so I don't go. No, I have got B&M down the road. I just never go there, but I haven't got a Home Bargains, which I think is kind of the same company. But Home Bargains do the better beers down here.
We do have a B&M. I popped in once and they didn't have any beer at all.
Yeah, I haven't been. I mean, it's about a 1.5 mile walk, so I haven't really been down that end. Sometimes I nip in there if I go Asda, but I don't even go Asda that much, to be fair.
Oh, I mean, £1.50. I wasn't stealing 2 packs, you know.
See, I don't go B&M. I don't even know the pricing structure. I just assume it's really dirt cheap in there. I don't know. I should get down there more often, to be honest.
I've just bought my lead out the bedroom because I normally do that thing round your neck, but I don't normally. I wouldn't have told you that, should I? Okay.
What, in the bedroom?
You've got. Like in Liverpool, you've got to call it the Asda. You've got to say the Asda, the Tesco, the Mackies. You don't say the KFC because that's too long. You say KFC, obviously. Captain Meats.
Sorry, I was.
No, it's known as Kirby fried chicken, actually. So this is me hazy. This is me hazy Jane glass. Thanks, Brewdog. Can I just say it was ruthless trying to get that glass out of the Brewdog.
In your pockets.
So where did you get up to on comments?
Oh, we
got onto the
comments.
God no.
John, we got on the comments about you in a glory hole, so I don't know what that meant.
7:23 p.m. John, Jim's comment about Tweedy Pub channel.
Oh yeah, Tweedy Pub's channel is very interesting. That's
Been
Jimbo
drinking
comment.
Sierra Nevada Celebration Ale Terrapin Depth Perception. Oh, that's a good name.
Oh,
On the Erdinger Dunkel. That's hardcore.
fair.
Solid beer.
So Eric, I downloaded the Forza Motorsport 8 and I hate it. I like spent maybe 2 or 3 hours and I just was like, I can't be bothered. I'm really disappointed with the new Motorsport 8. It's absolute pants. So I've missed out. What is your major life change? I'm leaving. I've left the brewery, or I'm leaving the brewery as CEO or MD, and I'm going off to do my own stuff. And
John, can I just ask quickly? I don't know
hopefully-
if you've covered it. If you've covered it already, but seeing slips in there. Does that affect, or am I allowed to ask about the bar opening? Is that going to change, or have you knocked that one?
So that's been put on hold. So that's part of the reason. So I was meant to be going and building all these bars, but our investors kind of were like, "Oh, I'm not sure if we should do that," and they were kind of umming and ahhing, and they didn't want to do it. So I was like, "Well, if you don't want to do it, that's fine." But that's what I was looking forward to, was building the businesses and building the bars. So they decided that they don't want to do that. So then I was like, well, if you don't want to do that, then that's what I want to do. Then we have a crossroad here. And if you've got another idea, you go for it. So they have another idea, which is fine. And I think they'll do well. But I'm just exhausted with it.
Is the other idea to buy a plane?
Yeah, I wanted to buy a plane, a Gulf Stream, and they were like, no. And I was like, it's only $1 million a month to run.
Because just imagine the scene. You're flying your Gulf plane and you're dropping cans of Lord's beers on people. I think that's
death by beer.
That's a missed opportunity.
Are we not?
Sorry, Chris.
We're not getting a mission to Mars to build a pub there.
That was on the list as well. Me and Elon have been chatting at great lengths. Thomas says, John, what about some videos on historical car facts with optimized SEO tags? Could be content that racks up views. Yeah, there is. I could tell you stuff that you literally have no interest in and wouldn't believe. I could tell you about the sill, inner ceiling of a E30 BMW and why it's fluffy. And then they didn't do a fluffy one on the E46. That's sad, but I can tell you why. MLM, multi-layer marketing, is insidious, like a combination of pyramid scheme and a cult. There you go. It is. It's not. It's very similar. Never tried mead. Is it sweet? Mead's lovely, isn't it, Chris?
Oh yeah. Oh, aye. That's grand.
I tell you, you will not be disappointed.
But you can get very, very sweet. You can get very dry meats as well.
It's true. I just did something. Can't reach the bottom thing of my fridge easily with my little short arms. I'm like a T-Rex trying to get in there. Oh, we've lost. Where did Captain go? He was like there and then went.
He's probably gone off to put some cars up on bricks.
Well,
I don't think his charger lead worked.
That's true. Did somebody say Mead? Alan Mead? So what he did there.
Yep.
Never considered that. Everybody loves Mead.
Like Alan.
Here he is, doing a bit of channel hopping. Evening, John. Hope you will. Evening, Chris. Kev. Gosh, am I that far behind? Right, I'm going to have to whistle through this. Yeah, I've sent you a link. A spice and easy vindaloo curry. Do you know, I went through and clicked. I got their email a while ago, and I put an order together, and then I didn't have any money, so I didn't follow it through. But I was saying to Lids, we could do with some of them for Christmas, around Christmas time, because they do. Honestly, the buttered chicken is to die for. Had a sour from Arabs and Latvia that had pineapple, apricot, and coconut in it. Was amazing. John, you have probably helped a lot of people out during the pandemic and beyond doing the live streams, etc. Well, quite. I hope so.
Yeah,
There was a lot of
definitely.
positivity around that. It was good for me as well. It stopped me feeling the urge. Sharky saying hello to Bramall. There is an idea. Why not write your own book, the story of an up-and-coming brewer or something like that? The beer crowd would probably buy that. Problem is, I can't spell for toffee. And I'm terrible with grammar, so I'd have to get ChatGPT to write it for me. As a Swede, I am envious of what I heard of the UK pub culture so far. Here, it's mostly sports bars and nightclubs. Yeah, no, it's not like that. It's Kevin Parton. Hello, mate. Welcome.
Cheers.
Good. Sounds like a base nightclub. Canon Film shirts. Did they just distribute any horror films, by the way, to perhaps watch now at Halloween? No, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Applejack Daniels for me. Nothing wrong with that. Right, I'm trying. I'm nearly there. Funny caption meets adventures. I too am a Gemini, so am I. Back from footy, coughing up my guts. Need a beer. Well, obviously, it's that health drink that you need. Got it wrong. I thought an OCP logo is also a hexagon logo and actually seems to resemble somewhat. No, counted the corners wrong. OCP logo is an octagon. By the way, John, I recently bought a 2023 Compass Latitude Lux. Loving it. Well, the new ones are nice, man. Only had a few meads. Shams mead from the States is very nice. Far too sweet for me. You don't need to spell to write a book. That's what spell checking and then this is for. Here he is. I've caught up with chat so I can relax.
Back into.
Hello.
He's back.
I've got the Vauxhall Astra of mobile phones because it's a Samsung, so obviously it's extremely dull and unpleasant.
I know what you mean. They do that, don't they? My wife. The thing with Samsung,
they always want charging.
Why does it have so much bloatware for everything?
Because of the I've got a good reason for this actually. Would you like me to tell you? The evil wizard of Norway is in control. Is actually the chief executive of Samsung.
Is
Wow, that
this
went down
something
well,
you've just
didn't
made up?
I'll just drop my microphone. Yes. Oh, anyway. John. I've got a question for you.
Okay.
Are Lords going to keep a YouTube channel going, or is that kaput?
I am taking the channel with me. They don't want to continue with the channel, so yeah, the channel is going to become Nerd in Motion.
So Lords are going to basically stop the YouTube channel that kept them that raised a big following over the situation. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Unless the new MD wants to start a new one.
Unless, yeah, if the MD the new guy wants to start his own one, then go for it. Here he is. Look, is that Tyrion?
He's here.
Tyrion
So
the
that-
dictator.
Obviously, you don't want to talk about this, John. I get it, but that's a big mistake on their half, isn't it? Really, maybe.
I don't know. I think the thing is, when you look at the channel, it's very much a reflection of me and my lifestyle, as opposed to the company fully. So when you look at it, it's my adventure doing it and being that person in that position. So if somebody else wanted to continue from there, they can do. But it's difficult because there's still, I feel like YouTube's really interesting from a business point of view. And I think a lot of people don't realize the value in YouTube for their business. They don't realize how good it is and what it can do and the power of it.
It depends how much you want to put into it. You end up, like you've said about time, you end up having to have somebody probably doing YouTube full time to be beneficial to the business. Like there's loads of businesses that have a little YouTube channel, and there's one I watched. You see Ashfield Construction company down near Heathrow Airport, and he's actually got like 3 people full time on the YouTube editing and filming stuff. Like and he's the MD or the owner, and so he's doing all the construction stuff and some of the media stuff. He's then got 3 people doing the filming. It's really interesting Sunday morning viewing, but I mean, obviously, you lords couldn't probably do that because you've got economies of scale to think about. But like it'd be very difficult to employ even one person to do full-time YouTube on a brewery.
Yeah, well, this is it. I mean, one of the things I thought about doing is going and building social media on YouTube for other companies.
I've got an idea for you about that, but
the thing is, though, John, but the thing is, though, I don't know about you guys, and I don't know about people that are watching, but I watch more YouTube than live television or the BBC, the ITV, and I've done that for a long time now. And I think I might be wrong in saying this, John, but I would say, did you having a YouTube channel keep you going over COVID? Is that a true statement or?
Say it again. Sorry.
So do you know when we had the situation?
Yeah, the Rona,
COVID. We had the lockdowns.
Yeah.
Do you think YouTube played a part in? Do you think YouTube played a part in you getting your beer out to more people than normal?
Oh, yeah, 100%. And the thing about it is that. So, oh gosh, this is an adventure. So, going back to that time, there was 48 hours where I didn't sleep. I think I probably grabbed half an hour here, half an hour there. And the whole team, everybody mucked in, and we turned all of our cask stuff. We bottled, we mini kegged, we bag in boxed, we just got it out there and got it up on the website as fast as we could and started advertising for local deliveries and stuff like that. And then I was like, well, how do I tell people that we exist? And me and Al had set up the YouTube channel. I think we made 2 videos. If you go back and look at the original 2 videos that we made, I think they were quite good for first videos, to be fair. But if you go back and watch them, that's how we started it. And I hadn't really done anything with the channel. So it just kind of sat around. And actually, even though we had a small amount of subscribers, and this is the thing that I was trying to explain to somebody the other day about the value of YouTube. If you go on Facebook or you do Google advertising, you would have to spend an absolute fortune to find really good quality people that definitely want to buy. So you might have to put 100 adverts out, and you might get one person that thinks about buying. You might have to put 400 or 500 adverts out to get somebody that will actually buy. Where on YouTube, the beauty of it is the people that come on and watch you will normally buy from you because there's that communication link, and because people feel they know you, and they'll buy your beer because they know you. And obviously, one thing that I didn't want to do is put out crap beer, but I knew we did good beer. We just need people to drink it. And so YouTube during lockdown was an absolute masterstroke, because even though we had a small amount of subscribers, it paid the rent on the building and all the costs. Paid all of it.
Well,
The only
that's how
thing you didn't cover was the wages.
I mean, I don't want to blow smoke up anyone's arse. I don't want to blow smoke up anyone's arse, but there's a guy that me and you have met, John, and Simon. I know he gets a lot of love and he gets a lot of bad press, and I know everyone's got their opinion of Simon. We've met him a couple of times. I've met him a couple of times. I've had a tremendously amazing time with that guy. And I think people don't realise the importance he's kind of played in all this little crazy world that we're all populating in some way. Paul, you, Chris, Rasco Disco, Mark, Tom. He's upset people, I get it. And there was a time when it was a bit crazy, but I think we've all got to know each other through that one particular person, haven't we? In all different, like Mark, you know, you see the same names have always populated on his streams on a Friday night, and I really think like the only other company that does it is Brew York, isn't it? They embrace the online, the YouTube, and you can argue how good or bad their beer is. Like yourself, you're engaging with us, so we will go out and we will at some point buy beers off you. And I think that they're the two things that I think.
Wayne and Lee at Brew York are quality lads. They really are.
Yeah.
Down to earth people, and I have never come away from spending time with those guys and I always feel like I need to give more, because they're so generous. I mean, me and Simon did a thing up at their place, and Lee bust out, like every brewery, we've all got a secret stash of beer in our cold room of like stuff that we've got from all over the place. Over, like, we swap beers, or so-and-so's giving this, or this got sent from here, and we've got a beer from, like, I had a beer from at my house the other day, and it was from Palestine that somebody had sent me. What was it called now? It was really good. I mean, Shepherd's, was it called Shepherd's? Something Shepherd's beer. Anyway, it was really good. And like, what a random thing to have. If I didn't have a brewery, I would have reviewed it. And so those guys really understand the value of YouTube. And they'll say themselves, it's really, really hard. It's funny, me and Lee had a conversation. He was like, I don't know how you've got so many subscribers. And I was like, because I said, I don't really do much about beer. I said, most of my stuff is about people and having fun and being silly and all the other stuff that enters my life. And like,
Canada.
You know, I got a massive leg up from Simon. Simon got me to 1,000. And then I got a big leg up a later date from Simon as well. Then we did the Canadian Truckers thing by accident. I had no idea that was going to be such a success. And when you think about it, a lot of our viewers, or a lot of the viewers now, are still those Canadian. I have a massive base in Canada. I don't think I could ever go there, because I'm pretty sure I'm on the no-fly list for Canada. So my mate Trudeau does not like me very much at all. But that's fine.
But I think what's been really good through all that craziness that happened over them years is There's a big crew of us, isn't it? Sobieski, Phil Lahat, all
Neil
the
Long,
guys that Neil Long, Dave, what's his
Simon
name?
Wood,
Mr. Wilson, Simon
yeah,
Wood.
Big Kev,
There's such a
Stephen
big
91.
crew of people. Yeah. There's such a crew of people that if I walked into I walked into a pub in Birkenhead and I met Neil Long for the first time, and it was just like instantly, "Hiya, Neil, want a pint?" Yeah, Oop, bang, bang, bang. It's like when you guys went to was it Brew London for the first time, and
Yeah.
you were all drunk in that video. You were in that room and you were all drunk. That was the best bit of couple of hours of just the BBC or the ITV couldn't make that. They couldn't make that entertainment.
No,
You know,
we're
so
all in it. I mean, the funny bit is, I think when I look at it all, the people that seem to do the best are the ones that don't take it that seriously.
yeah.
Even when it's their job, they don't take it that seriously. And it seems to be.
One thing I'd like to point out about our mate, Mr. Wales Brewer, Mr. Wales Beer Reviewer, he will wear other people's t-shirts and jumpers.
Yeah, he will, yeah. He's
and
legit. He is a good guy.
And I get why you might upset people. I understand that. But as someone I've met and had a drink with, he's a decent bloke, isn't he?
He's legit,
He's
honestly.
tough,
I mean,
he's legit, yeah.
Paul will tell you that if he got to spend time with either me or Simon, he'd probably pick Simon because of the amount. It's me that always, like, when we go out, I'm the one that'll be. Well, Paul will tell you, like, he was looking for something or other, and I was in a really bad mood. And
Because you always get in fights, John.
I'm fighting somebody on the platform in the middle of London, and Paul's like, "Look, in London, they'll lock all of us up all night. Whether you were right or wrong is neither here nor there. You were like." This guy was, I mean, admittedly, I'd done nothing wrong, but this guy was starting on a girl. And then I got upset and I was like, I just merely told him that I would quite happily bounce him on his head. And then, yeah, it all kind of escalated from there. And then Paul was like looking on his phone. He's like, looked over, he's like, oh, for goodness sake. And basically came and the guy was sizing me up. And then he saw Paul, and he just thought, "No, this isn't worth it. Paul's going to kill me." So, yeah. So, you know, I would say I'm probably harder work than Simon. Simon's hilarious on a night out, and he's actually normally the one that goes to bed first. When we'll keep going, and he's like, "Oh, I've had enough now, lads. I'm going to bed." Simon's actually quite sensible. So, but I love Simon. And I wouldn't have it anyway. I know there's people that don't like him, but he has been a champion for Lord's Brewing Company. He's been a good friend when I've been really miserable and been like, oh, I just don't want to do this anymore. He's been like, come on, you got to do this. He's encouraged me. He's been like a voice in the background sometimes when I've needed it and needed just an ear to bend. And he, you know, I cop for my fair amount of flack as well, because obviously when you put yourself on YouTube, you're going to get flack. It's just part of it. But he's been through the ringer plenty of times, so he knows how to deal with it.
I'm gonna ask two questions right now. Sorry, I'm blah blah blah. I think the thing with you, John, I think you should be most proud of is you've talked about your religion on YouTube and the fact that you've got a belief system, because not everyone will put themselves out there for that. And I always thought you were maybe proud that you could talk about that and not be worried. And the other thing is, why did you two lads throw yourself out into the YouTube world? What made you decide to do that?
Yeah,
as I drink
yeah.
Hogarden.
A good
Oh, I
question.
love it. That was Hogarden is the last pint of beer I had with my dad before he died.
Oh, sorry, but
No,
listen,
it's not. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
a bad thing. I have nothing but a fond memory, and I can tell you the pub. It was the Riverhead Tap in Marsden, and me and Dad went to watch a band there, and then we went upstairs and
John's
sat
dad.
down, and we had 2 pints of Hogarden each. And my dad, he was a big man, 6'4", he could get drunk in a puddle. I swear down. And and I was like, I had to get. I only lived from where I lived on the street called Grange Avenue, so from the Riverhead Tap pub in Marsden to the house was about 700-800 yards. I had to get a taxi because he had 2 pints. He was legless. So yeah,
Jeez. No,
yeah. Go on,
so lads, why
Tell us.
did you get into this crazy world?
Well, do you want to go first, Chris?
Because it's nice.
I'll let you take
You
this
know what I
one.
mean?
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry, tell me to shut up. But no, it's nice to hear
it's a
you.
good question. It's a good question, and we ask why quite often. But no, what it was like with us.
Go on,
anyway,
Chris.
let's
Why
say
did you get into beer reviewing online?
Paul, disco's already started.
That's the beauty of Zoom, isn't it? As it goes around. Yeah, no, go on. What I was saying, I mean, like, we started before lockdown, like 18 months before, because me and Rasco, I say us, me and Rasco was always off out to beer festivals and like talking about beer, but we'd only ever put it on Facebook and it. And our other mate Jim, I think, said you should do it on YouTube. And at that point, there wasn't so many people doing it on YouTube. And I think probably, to be fair, in fairness, Simon was one of the earliest ones that we saw. And probably Craft Beer Channel, like Rasco was quite hot on that, saying, look at this guy, this is how he does it and all that. And Rasco's like, oh, we could do that. We could just talk about the beer. Like, so he put a camera in my face at GBBF and said, talk about the beer. And it probably to this day, it was the best video we've ever done because it was 2.5 minutes of just the beer we were drinking and the best beer and all that. And it was done in like one take. And we thought, right, this is it. We can do this each time. And then like, it was basically an excuse for me and Rasco to meet up and have a beer as well. Like we live in different sides of London, so we'd meet up somewhere. And then sort of lockdown come around and it was like, right, there's like loads of other people doing it. So we just sort of carry on, really. We just work out a different way of doing it. But it just comes from a love of beer, really, at the end of the day.
Chris, go on.
What's your excuse, Chris?
Oh, when I started, I hadn't even found Simon, let alone anyone else.
Wow.
I just thought to myself, oh, I'm a bit bored. I can't do my usual things because it was right in the middle of the earliest lockdown. So I thought, well, I like beer. I might as well do something with beer. So I started doing these stupid videos with my phone, and if you look at my first few videos, they are absolutely atrocious. I think I did 3 Badger beers to begin with. I had no idea what I was doing or what I was talking about.
That's all right. None of the rest of us do either.
I was going to say.
But then it slowly grew and grew, and I got to know people. First Paul, then John, and now here I am, just still just having a beer and enjoying it.
And that's the key. I think you've got to. I can hear a kid screaming in the background. Sorry, I could just hear a child going, "Ah!" But I don't think it's one of mine. I should really check on my cameras. There is an interesting one in here. Yeah, so Jim says, true, I watch more YouTube than regular TV.
Me too, because I didn't even own a TV.
Well, there you go. Very interesting perspective for loyal customers versus reaching mass market indirectly help my studies, John. Thanks. Well, that's literally it. You might have to fight 400 times harder by actually putting physical time into the content that you do, but you'll get the people that you get that follow you are like much more high quality. We've lost Captain's vanished again.
John, bear with me a second. Having fair smash down that weekend driver, I'm going to go and dive into the stash for another beer. Might not be
yeah.
Another one. I really enjoyed that. Really nice. Really just solid beer. It's really good.
Good driver.
That's one of the first beers, that is.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Sorry, Chris.
It's a fantastic beer, that is.
Yeah. No, really just like nice. I've got loads of toffee kind of notes, kind of caramel, kind of not too much on the bitterness, not too much on the grapefruit, which works for me.
Well balanced.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, sorry, Karen, John, I'm just going to go and dive for another one, if I may.
You go for it. Jim says the Canadian Truckers was epic. It was, wasn't it? I look back now, and I think I didn't realise, and I still think this today, this channel had a pivotal moment in history. I think if that was talked about in 20 years from now, me and two others were the only news sources coming out of Canada. Only ones. And because of that, and because of how much Dictator Trudeau doesn't like us, he's passed laws to debank people that don't agree with him now in Canada. And he's also done, well, he seized funds and did all sorts of nasty stuff. He's a horrible bastard. OMG, that Brew London stream was the best. It was epic fun, wasn't it? Oh my gosh, that was total carnage and brilliantly funny. Simon, to have his virtual crow pub at the start of the pandemic was a genius stroke and probably strengthened him as a social media craft beer icon. He was even in the UK cable news, right? Yeah, he was. He was on everything.
ITV.
He was the largest. Well, Camera tried to. I don't know if people know this, but Camera had a virtual pub on their own server that you could go and join, and I joined that for a bit, and it was good fun actually, and I met some good people there. But the guy that set it up then randomly, I don't know what Camera did to him, but basically, I don't think they understood. Like, you've got some really forward-thinking people in Camera, and then you've got a whole people that are just scared of barcodes and like QR codes. Yeah. So that ended up getting knocked on the head, and I think it was called. What was it called now? The Camera virtual pub. It had a name. Was it called the Onion?
Can I tell you? Can I tell you my Camera story?
The Stone Crow is and still is the largest virtual pub online in the world, bar none.
It was my first introduction to online beer tubing.
Yeah, I agree. I was on that camera once, and I got banned because the whole stream they were slagging off beer tubers, and I said to them, "Hang on, yeah." I said, I think they were going for Simon, but they were going for other people because I think it might have been around the time everyone was reviewing a lager, like a supermarket lager, and they were saying, this is what we should be about, and I said, "Hang on. This is talking about a wide range of people here, and I got into an argument with the guy and he banned me. Because I'm from Liverpool also, and you know, if someone says don't do something, we always do the opposite. You know?
It's true. It's true. John, I would say you're partly a social entrepreneur, not just an entrepreneur. You want to try to do good for the customers, connect with the people, and help the wider world beyond profit. Well, I think the biggest problem with brands is they're faceless. Like, right, imagine you're going to buy a new car, and Honda, Toyota, Ford, Chrysler, Fiat, Porsche, we're all there. Mercedes-Benz starts a YouTube channel, and the CEO comes on, talks about the car, and interacts, not just makes a video talking about the car, but interacts with the people in chat and talks about the car. And they go, oh, I don't like this. And well, the reason why we made this decision is because of blah, 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 blah. Oh, the reason why we've added this is because of this regulation, and we're not allowed to work around that. And that's why this car has this particular thing. Or would you not buy the car from Mercedes over the faceless brands? Like, surely, if you felt like you had a connection, like it, right? I'll give you an example. Somebody that's really on point, Bilstein, who makes shock absorbers, right? They are absolute flipping geniuses. So Bilstein, so you know when we did the charity go-karting event, so
Niche reference.
the first year we had Super GT, and the following year we had Paul Cowland, and Super GT and Jimmy Broadbent, who is a good guy as well, who's a sim racer. They ended up going to Germany, and with Misha, there's a guy called Misha who's got like a house and a garage right by the racetrack, and Bilstein saw how much traction these three guys have got, built them a BMW race car covered in Bilstein stuff. They all made content and they raced the Nürburgring 24-hour race. Now, if I want to get springs and shocks, and there's like, I don't know, Coney's, or there's Bilstein, and there's the same money, I'm going to buy Bilstein because they support the guys that I watch and the content that they make.
But also, John, I think with you is you did your 24-hour stream, didn't you, when you were raising money for the Heroes?
Help for Homeless Veterans, which is a local one in Yorkshire.
So a lot of us got involved in that, and we all went on. We all did the super chats, and we all watched. And so I honestly think for you personally, for me personally, with you, it's your faith that drags you along as well and makes you do the sort of right thing and attract people to your particular view as well. And I'm not talking about indoctrination and all that serious conversation, but I think it's good that there's someone who can shout, they like racing cars, they like drinking beer, they like shooting guns, they like racing carts, but they can talk about social and economic things as well, which is important. And drinking beer.
I think, well, there's certainly, and I'm probably going to upset a bunch of people by saying this, but there's certainly been a war against middle-aged guys, white guys with beards, like we're the plague, and that isn't necessarily true. And I think we have a place in the world, and I think this was something that two times I've got into massive arguments with people who arguably are socially more nice and fluffy, because they do Instagram posts about how wonderful they are, but they don't live it, you know. And for me, you want to start talking about racism and stuff like that. Well, let's see you do something, you know. I've got a child of color that I've adopted, and he is every bit my son as my son is. And we have all the conversations that go around that. And, you know, I've got friends of every color, nation, and I love them all. It doesn't make any difference to me at all. And to the point where my kids don't see color as well. They just don't see it at all. And then they had this week, they had this day at school about say no to racism and stuff like that. And actually, my kids didn't even really know what it was, because they were like, I don't understand. Why would people do that? That's awful that people would have a go at somebody else because of the color of their skin. They just were like, what? I didn't even know this was a thing. And that, to me, was a real, I was quite moved by that, because I thought, well, yeah, I'm doing a good job as a dad. And I think there's other aspects about mental health. And as men, suicide is
definitely
always there. It creeps up on you. And do you know, I think there is something out there that is proper evil. Like, I don't know where I think I know where it comes from, but like, I'm going through a bit of a transition and a rough time, and the stuff that has been offered up to me by social media, I'm like, where is all this coming from? Like, I haven't even said this out loud, so where is all this stuff coming from? And I think you just have to remember that you have a right to live your life how you want to live it. No one has a right to tell you that you shouldn't live it that way. And you have to know that no matter who you are loved. Someone loves you, someone cares about you, and someone would miss you. And there is absolutely no excuse for taking the short way out, because I have had opportunities in my life where I could have done that, and I haven't. And now I've got a fantastic wife, I've got amazing kids, and it's not been through easiness. It's been through tears and pain and all those things. But you always have hope, and you have to have a determination in your mind that you refuse to quit. Refuse to quit. Doesn't matter who gives a toss what anybody else thinks. You dig deep and keep going, and you never quit. And I tell you what, 9 times out of 10, the people that give you the pain are the ones that are in the pain themselves.
Fair play. Reason after that.
I kind of think social media is a good thing because of this, because of all the stuff that but it's making society a closed book, and like, I think about my mum and dad. I don't know about you guys, and as you're getting older, everything's online, everything's going off the high street. Use this website. Check us on this site. Check us on that. Like today, this is the first time I've used an app where I didn't know what I was doing, and I've embraced all this technology. And to try and get onto this tonight, and used to say, just click, just copy the link and pop it into Google. I wouldn't have thought of doing that. And I'm a tech savvy guy, so I'm someone in my 50s. Imagine being 70, 80 in this world. Could you imagine it?
We're in that sort of, because we're all in the same age within 10 years or so, I guess. We're with that generation that knows both sides. So we know what it's like without social media and technology. So we both, and we've probably all got parents that go, "Oh, that wasn't like that in my day," and not understanding how to use a smartphone. But we're also on the cusp of, like, we was in 20s, 30s, or whatever when this sort of stuff really came out. We all had like home computers or whatever, maybe in the 90s and early 90s. So we're sort of on that. We've got a foot in both camps in a way.
I don't know about you lads, but can you remember Daywalkers? Yeah, can you remember the difference between a VHS and a DVD? That's not happened since.
I remember the difference between a VHS and a Betamax.
Betamax, yeah.
But do you know when you put the DVD in and it was just perfect and you didn't have to rewind it and you didn't have to do the tracking and we've never had that step up since, I don't think, between like analog and digital.
I think, I think because you go from CD to, like, in terms of music and films, you go from CD to online stuff to like music players and like video playing thing. That's the kind of step up from that, I think.
But do you know the other
subscription services?
Yeah, I mean, I bought a CD album the other day, and I don't even have a CD player because I listen to all my music now just online on music player.
But as you said, could you imagine being 13 and just buying music online, or did you spend hours going through HMV like that, looking for records? I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even buy music anymore. I'll just queue it up on. I mean, I use Deezer because I hate Spotify, but I'll just queue music up on Deezer and just listen to it on a playlist. So I don't even really buy music anymore, apart from the bands that I really follow, who are. I mean, most of the bands I follow aren't even like charting bands. They're just sort of like people who play in pubs and small gigs like that. But so I'll buy their CDs to support them, but I'll still listen to their music on the music player services rather than playing CD.
Like, do you remember? I used to go to record shops for a couple of things: buy records, buy posters, and meet women. Do you know what I mean? That was, if you were in a record shop, you'd always talk to a woman of some description, with your girl, and you say, "Hi, love." So, like, that's got that sort of listening to music with your friends has gone as well, because we'd buy records, and Iron Maiden. Do you lads like Iron Maiden?
I don't mind, yeah.
And do you remember the covers and all the lyrics? You used to get the sleeve with all the lyrics, so you'd all look at the lyrics and you'd go through the lyrics. It's literally, I'll listen to that song, and it's made music almost like music is just not what it used to be, because music was so big to me. I don't know about you lads.
Well, I think what happened, and I think that's part of the rise of craft beer, is the can wrap was the album cover. That's what we were missing. And I think the can wrap was very much like, these are like expressions of moments in time and feelings and what it was about. I still think that my 3 most proud beers that we've ever made was the First Date Kolsch, the Baller IPA, Mountain IPA, and Ban One American Pale Ale. Those were me, just me, no one else. No one interfered in the design. It was just me, the designer, the brewers, and that was, I think, the best 3 beers we ever did. Apart from
Can I point out another beer? And people might shout at the screen. Steam Brew in Lidl. Have you seen that one? Steam Brew. Have you looked at that? Oh, that's like a record cover. If you see that can, it's like a record cover, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's like some obscure, like, goth music album.
Yeah. It does look that way. But it's interesting, isn't it? It's there's been a lot has happened. Jim says he's been with Simon over 10 years.
I hope they'll both be very happy together.
Yeah, it says my first Lord's Brewing YouTube experience was during lockdown. I randomly came across this live stream of John and Lids, Paul and Abs chatting on the couch. No way. I didn't realise that. Onto Bishop's Finger, £1.39 in Tesco. Can't be wrong. What about Johnny and Brad? Yeah, Johnny and Brad do all right. Yeah, they're like I just feel like I don't know. It's just a different thing.
Yeah, I mean they're the only other, apart from Simon, as far as I know, they're the only other like proper full-time YouTubers who are actually making it is their job kind of thing. I don't think there's too many others, is there? So
I don't think it is though. I think it's only part-time.
Well, to be fair, because they're freelance, so they've got other irons in the fire, like writing, and Brad does obviously his design work and stuff like that. So even though that's not full time, but the channel pretty much is full time.
I think Simon makes a lot of money out of other reviews, like food, doesn't he, as well?
Yeah, all on the channel.
Yeah, he does all sorts of stuff, doesn't he? So I know it's difficult because I looked at. Well, I went on that. Oh my gosh, what a cesspit! I went on the a Facebook group that was like the craft beer something or other.
Yeah,
and I have never come across a biggest bunch of self-righteous pricks in my entire life. None of the fucking blokes, excuse my language, none of the blokes on there have the balls to do anything themselves, but they are happy to rip into people that have businesses that have built, you know, their lives and built things on there, and they're like, oh, it's got this flavor of clementine that I don't like. I think their brewery should shut. It's the worst brewery in the world. You know, it's all that kind of. It's like
that's customers for you, though, John. That's customers for you.
Yeah, but there's customers. Well, we've never really had that, apart from Sunset Coca-Cola, of course. But our customers on the whole, I think, like in a year, we've had 2 barrels back where there's been an issue ever.
Yeah.
So we have a very high quality level, and I think some of these chats, it reminds me of the VW transporter scene. So when transporters were really expensive, you kind of didn't get drama. You just got people that were interested, and you could make money and you could do well at it, and you just had to provide a really good product. Fast forwards 5 years, the price has dropped off and anybody can buy one. Then you get people that have literally scrimped and saved every penny they've got to buy a 250,000 mile one that's absolutely shagged, goes to somebody to tune it, it blows a turbo, and they just go absolutely ape on the guy that tuned it, that it was their fault that the turbo blew, despite the fact the car's done 250,000 miles on one turbo. So it's no different. The problem with beer is it's so easily accessible that it brings in people that are not very nice, and they're not there to build, they're just there to tear down.
It's because like they feel
some of those
they
Facebook groups.
They have that entitlement. The analogy I use is there's a musician I follow called Gaz Brookfield, and he has a song on one of his albums called "I've Paid My Money," and it's basically about a song about people who turn up to gigs, obviously pay their money to get in, and then stand in the front row chatting with their mates in increasing volumes above the musician, and they feel they have the right to do that and to shout random like requests and play this song, play that song kind of thing. And he's basically like, yeah, you've paid your money, but everybody else has too. So let them enjoy the experience. And kind of like you say about the Facebook groups, it's like people might have paid their money, they might have bought a beer, so they feel they have that entitlement to criticize, chastise, or big it up or whatever. But there's a whole bunch of people who haven't even bought the beer who feel they've got the right to criticize, chastise, or whatever. So it's like,
but they're the people who go to football matches and film the match, and they're the people that go to a gig and film it and watch it instead of putting the phone down and just enjoying it and absorbing the time. It's like going to a film and filming the film, isn't it? To say, "Oh, I was there." Whereas you might just, it's about living in the moment, isn't it? It's about living in now and not. Oh my God, I've seen this. Look at this goal. I'll share that. I'll share that to now. Or it's like when people die, famous people die, and you're getting people saying, "Oh, R.I.P." Blah blah blah. I'm thinking, wow, just live for the moment. Just remember Sean Connery, or just remember Roger Moore, or like imagine when Michael Caine dies or someone like that. It'll just be Michael Caine, Michael. Just enjoy your moment, your thoughts about that, or just enjoy your band playing your favourite song and absorb it and think, oh wow, that's me now.
Certainly the musician, because when you get home, I mean, what gets me? I mean, I've done it as well at gigs and film stuff, and you get back after the event, and you film it, and it's on a phone, it's rubbish, it's not the same quality,
it's shite.
It's shite, and even photographs. But to a certain extent, I disagree, because when I do use Facebook for a personal account, and when the good thing about that is they put all these memories up. So when they do come up again a year, 2, 10 years down the line, no matter how shit those images are, it does give you those memories of when you lived in the moment, whatever that event was. And there are stuff you forget about. It's easy to forget, especially if you do a lot of stuff. So there's swings and roundabouts to that, I think.
But on the other hand, say for instance, there's a bunch of people who went to see Bowie, Queen, say the Beatles, maybe John Lennon.
Yeah,
they've seen them people live, and the only memory they've got is what's in their head. And sometimes
if those people would had mobile phones or cameras, then they probably would have used them.
Well, possibly, but sometimes things that play in your mind are better in your mind. Is the arguments I've got is the 3 Star Wars prequels.
Hello.
When I was a kid, I wanted to know how Darth Vader became Darth Vader. It was better in my mind than it was on 3 films. Does that make sense?
Enough.
You tell him.
Sorry.
Tyrion. Eric's Brewery. Have you got flack with the colours you have in your logo nowadays? Gotten to political, for example. Just to clarify, I'm impressed with your courage with those colours of the Swedish flag. Well, it's Ukrainian, actually. So I've got some right flack on this one. So we've got friends who are Ukrainian, and whilst I understand why Russia felt the need to do what they did, it doesn't make it right. And I do understand that Mr. Biden got involved previous to that, and it's all to do with gas and oil. So I know the reasons why and the fact that CIA were in there, but it still doesn't make it right to go and invade somebody else's country. It doesn't really, it's not the thing to do unless that country committed an atrocity against you. And Ukraine has never done that to Russia, unless you go back to the Second World War when the Nazis took over Ukraine. But it's the same in all populations where you have good and bad in whatever the population. And then when it comes to Nazis, I know obviously Putin loves to spout the fact that there is obviously some Nazis within Ukraine, but he also has 2 battalions of Nazis in his Russian army as well. And they are quite prevalent. And he chose not to talk about them, even though they exist. And it's never really kind of popped up in the news either. But it exists. So from my point of view, I I support Ukraine in their struggle, and I want them to succeed, and I want but equally so, I don't like to see, on both sides, the loss of life is just horrific. And there's good people on both sides that are suffering out of this, and I'd like to see peace, but obviously that's not going to happen anytime soon.
I have to say, John, I think that was genuinely a joke from Eric about the Swedish flag.
Yeah, well, it might be, but that's the truth of it.
We do seem to have strayed into politics now, and as I always say about politics, it's a word made up of two parts: poly meaning many, and ticks meaning blood-sucking parasites.
Yeah, well, that's about right. Yeah, that is literally it, though, isn't it? That is what they are.
Especially British politics.
Oh, flipping! Don't get me started. Dear, yeah. Many of the younger generation are on VR headsets now. Just tech advances we complain about it, or think about how we can use it to our advantage. I've never tried a proper VR headset, so I have no idea what it'd be like. Have you got one?
No, I have to go now.
Are you off?
Need dinner.
Oh, have you not eaten yet? Oh my gosh, it's like 9 o'clock.
Right, I don't have to be up to work till 3, so it's fine.
Oh my gosh.
I live on a
Thanks, Chris,
different
for
block.
coming on. Love you, man.
Let's have a beer with Chris.
Nice to hang out with everyone, as always. But until next
Chris,
time.
before you go, tell everybody who you are, what you do.
Who am I?
Oh.
What do I do? Oh my god! What do I do? I drink beer. I like drinking beer. I talk about beer sometimes on YouTube. So if you want to see me talk about beer, subscribe to my channel. It's the best thing I could do.
What's your channel called?
Beer Dog Reviews.
Yay.
Beer Dog.
Beer Dog Reviews. Beer Dog Reviews.
There you go.
Logo
Awesome.
designed by the very handsome John.
I'll take that.
Good night, motherfucker.
Love you, man. God bless. Have a good
Brilliant.
sleep.
Yeah.
Next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down there.
Follow the link in the chat.
YouTube whore.
Yeah, always steroid, isn't it?
It was awesome.
Big up
Like and
West
subscribe. Bloody, 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 bloody.
Well, bless you, Chris. Have a good one. See you soon, brother.
Until next time.
Everybody enjoy the beers.
I can't tell
So
if he's
the big
gone or he's still there. There you go.
The big question is, we've got an extra hour in bed this weekend.
I know, right?
They can't take that off us. They can't take that off us.
I never noticed
Sorry.
because I just wake up and like the laptop or the mobile phone has got the right time, so I never even noticed the hour disappear or gain. Just sleep for an extra hour, maybe. It's not, well, I
dear.
mean, I won't be like previous years. I will have been out at 2 o'clock in the morning. I still won't have noticed it because I'll be too busy drinking. And it's like the bar shuts at 2, and it's like now we've got an extra hour and the door stuff. I know we're shutting at 2. It's like it's 2 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock again now.
True.
Homes Under the Hammer's on a different time. That's all you need to know.
It's true. Thomas says, for example, YouTube internet, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing now without tech advancement. It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Without
doesn't matter
all
what
this, StreamYard really came out of definitely a business out of lockdown.
I think it started.
But then, on the other hand,
popularized once people started using it. Yeah.
but can I say, on the other hand, if I was 18 now, I would be either in the pub or I'd be on a beach eating pizza. That's what I'll be doing now if I was 18. That's all we used to do. Go to the pub and eat pizza. We don't. That's not even happening anymore, is it?
No, it's true.
Oh.
Modern electric cars with CD players, highly unlikely, but you never know. English Cat, 19. Hello. How you doing, man? Hi, John, bro. Shout out for Joe, Ned, Frankie the dog, and Mother, please. Hello, Mother, please. How are you, love? You all right? There must be annoying being called Mother, please. All right, Mother, please.
Well, it's polite, isn't it?
All right, Mother, please. And Frankie, sit. Biscuit, walkies. Frankie, walkies. Come on. Walkies.
Mouse. Cats.
Dog's going absolutely mental.
Say cats. Cats.
Cats. Pussycats. Pussycats.
Cats.
Go get the cats.
Cats.
Cats. Or you could go, Alexa, turn the lights off.
Alexa, play The Lion Sleeps Tonight. Oh, shit.
There's a bunch of people where the lights have gone off and it's gone, a wimbo away, a wimbo away.
A wimbo.
Alexa, play
John, me Alexa just swim away.
Beer Dog's channel, there is the link. Was that you, Disco, or Rasco, that put that
No,
up?
that was me using my powers of moderation.
Oh,
Powers of deduction.
Secrets.
I haven't used them for a while.
I mean, I go.
What were you saying?
And use VR. No, wrong.
What we're saying here is Rasco and Disco, the Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson of YouTube.
Absolutely.
I would have thought that was elementary. It's definitely me.
Beautiful.
And was Tyrion the Hound the Baskervilles?
He was. Favorite beer, snack, or meal? Oh. I was feeling a little bit unhappy with the world. And Lid said, you need steak and chips. And
yeah, man.
In Lidl, they had this mad pack of steak that was like 30-day matured. So I bought it and then I hung the steak out for a little bit longer. So like proper look nasty. And then fried that, sealed it, and then made some chips with it, some peppercorn sauce. And then Micah had never had steak before. So he had a steak, and then I had 3 steaks and chips. And it was a beautiful moment. I was like sharing a steak with my lad. It was, you can't, I don't know. Your first steak is a beautiful thing. So yeah, that's probably mine. What about you boys?
Loads of black pepper. Oh, this.
Mine is a slightly unusual one. Whilst you think, Captain, I don't have it very often, and it's probably not a particularly popular one. I've missed out this year because I normally go down to Lidl's or whatever. But every year during the Oktoberfest kind of business at Lidl's, they bring out a it's not even Black Forest, Black Forest. It's Schwabisch. Like it's a thing called Maltaschen, and it's basically like mincemeat wrapped in pasta, and then you kind of fry it. So it's kind of got all the food stuff, like loads of carbs and all that kind of thing, loads of meat. But it's like spiced with like pepper and whatever, and it's just fry it up, chop it up, makes an absolutely beautiful, beautiful snack to go with your German beers.
Was that a toilet I just heard?
Did he keep his microphone on and do that?
Yeah, he did. I think so.
Rasco's done that a number of times. You only do it once.
That sounds like an epic snack, though. I'm like,
Imagine going to the toilet and everyone knew.
Yeah.
I might have. Was my microphone still?
Yeah.
It's lucky I wasn't dropping the kids off. Right.
I was going to say, lucky it was only a short one. It's only a 10.
This is mine.
10
These chairs, I love. I do love a beef jerky, but
Yeah, good shout.
when I was a kid, I used to go to my nan's, and about 10 o'clock, half 10, 11 o'clock, everyone would come home from the pub because the pubs used to shut then, didn't they? And we'd play cards with little silver bowls of dry roasted and ready salted peanuts. You can't beat that.
Who remembers Brannigan's beer nuts?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember Brannigan's ham and mustard crisps and
The beef and mustard.
was it lamb?
And then you get that one crisp that had way
Was it
too much
lamb and
you
mint
eat it and it
sauce?
blow your head
Oh yeah.
off. Oh. Chris is having a
Oh.
doner kebab. I'm a bit jealous.
Oh.
Any pumpkin spice craft beer that is highly regarded? Nope. I don't know of any pumpkin beer that is highly regarded in the UK at all.
Let's just say
Paravel Brewery pumpkin
Can I-
spice Hefeweizen.
Which one?
Can I just say
It's not available currently.
No,
Sorry,
you can't.
Tom.
Disco, what was the beer that you said?
Well, last year, my local brewery that I keep banging on about, Paravel, they did a pumpkin spiced Hefeweizen. This year, they've actually left out the pumpkin spices, so it'll be interesting tomorrow to see how that works. And obviously, it's a Hefeweizen, which you shouldn't be messing with, but I thought it was really, really nice, to be honest.
That sounds good.
can I say something?
They'll do quite a good one every year. Pumpkin spiced stout, I think.
Can I just say about beer, right? Who makes the best beer? The Belgians and the Germans probably make the best beer, don't they? Do they put ice cream, coffee doodle doodle? Oh, all right. Germans, Belgians, and Czech. Do you ever get a Czech beer with fucking? Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. Do you ever get a Czech? Do you ever get? Do you ever get a Czech beer with ice cream, whatever, or tiramisu lager?
I had one just last week. It's rare, but it is becoming a thing. I had one last month at the embassy with they put French cold brewed coffee in a dark lager, and it was one of the best beers I've had this year. I promise you, it was fantastic.
Really?
It was like coffee ice cream. It was beautiful.
Oh.
But I bet it's not. It's not what we're getting. Now, if you want a sweet drink Koppelberg cider, and if you want to drink beer, Captain Meats Adventures beers, drink beer. Don't fucking.
This is.
Does that make sense?
Yes and no. It's a difficult thing because beer is such a broad church, such a wide term, and even some of the beers that don't have any adjuncts in, you can still get some of those weird and wacky flavors from the hops or the malt or the yeast. So it's such a broad church term to say that. It's,
if you pick up a beer and you see the words custard, are you picking that? Are you paying for a beer with the words custard on it?
100%. I love it.
You weirdo.
But that said,
I got to admit, I'll give it a go. Neil Long, you big old sausage, how are you?
Oh, Neil Long, you big sausage.
If I
Neil Long is a proper sausage. I love Neil Long.
If I was to send you the link for the live, would you come on, Neil?
Neil, come on, Neil, come on, Longy.
Get on in.
Get the foot long on. John,
get the foot long.
We need the foot long on.
Yeah.
Foot long. Everyone in the chat side, foot long. We want the foot long.
Beer Dog loves the Brannigan's ham and mustard. They were
awesome.
And the banger as well. What happened to Brannigan's? And they were thick. Thick crisps, weren't they? Oh,
they were only crisps. You'd have to lie down afterwards.
Yeah, they were. They were like you couldn't. If they did Brannigan's beef and mustard in a massive bag, like them big bags that you get from Tesco, or co-op. You know that I will say, just to put this out there, co-op, £1 I think they are, or £1.10. Chardonnay vinegar and salt crisps. They are the dog snackers. They are the best ones that are out there. Recorded Lick cider, the greatest Swedish export. Yeah. Actually, I don't mind. Recorded Lick. If I'm in a cider
Here's a
mood,
question for you.
pint of ice, smash one of them bad boys, but the strawberry and lime one smells like vomit. Tastes great, but it smells like vomit.
Here's a question for you. If you had Brannigan's crisps in any form, if you went to the toilet, you're washing your hands, aren't you, before you go?
It's true. It's true. It's been lovely, lads. Gonna check out. Cheerio. Jim, I hope to see you.
Cop.
I want to see you in the Funker room. I don't know, Jim. I've also I follow a guy called Willie OAM. He's another war reporter. So, and Truth Speaks. If you want to hang out in there, Truth Speakers. There he is. There's Jim right there. RoboCop. There's also the new RoboCop game out, which looks pretty sick actually.
That's meant to be Jimbo style.
And then I'll shut up.
Oh, go for it, baby.
About beer.
God, Disco, what are you saying?
Catch me.
Go on, Discs.
Just following on from our previous discussion, and I forgot to say this at the start, but I picked I picked this beer out for you being on it because it's Asvex from Liverpool.
Oh, good lad.
I picked it out for you, and this is a beer I meant to review, and I've never got round to it. But what we were talking about before, it's a milk stout, cookie cutter approach. But I don't think there's anything other than lactose in it, and it tastes like cookies and cream, like they say. To be fair, so you can have a beer that tastes like it's got adjuncts in it and doesn't.
No. Can I tell you my very first beer I ever drank in my life? The very, very first beer was a milk stout with my nan.
Mackerson.
And it was a milk. I don't know what she said. Have a little drink. She gave me a little cup. She put a little bit of this milky stout in a cup, and that was my very first introduction to.
I think back in your day, it would have been Mackerson's, I think, because that's what everybody drank then.
Mackie.
To be honest, I don't know what it was, but milk stout has got a little place in my heart like that. No, it has. Come on. Here's a question for you. 2 questions. First beer and first craft beer where you went, shit. My first beer was Heineken in a pub, and my first craft beer was, don't laugh, it was Short Atlantic Pale Ale, and I thought, wow.
Is that
John,
a craft beer though? That's a great shout, but yeah. Sorry, John. Go on.
Well, it wasn't stellar. So come on, first beer you had in a pub and first craft beer where you went, wow.
First beer I had in a pub was probably Peacehaven Bowling Club that used to let loads of us who were underage drink. And I really enjoyed. I just drank Carling because it was there and it was cheap. I paid less than £1 a pint. I mean, it was like 89 pence a pint.
9.90. Yeah.
Yeah, or 90p a pint. And then I moved on to. I thought I was very, very forward thinking by starting to drink Boddingtons in winter. And then one Christmas, so I had a Sierra that looked like a
John, stop, John. Tell us about the Sierra. What Sierra was the Sierra? I'm going to hear the Sierra.
The Sierra was a GLX, so it had the fog lights. And what I did was, as I got a lot of cosy stuff. So it had the Sierra Cosworth interior, the wheels, the spoiler, the front bumper, the side skirts. It looked like a cosy. And on New Year's Eve, I went from the bowling club, so I parked up outside, And then the following day, I came to pick the car up, and the windscreen was smashed, the sunroof was broken, the rear window was smashed, the roof was bent, the bonnet was damaged, the boot was damaged. I was like, what on earth? I'm going to phone the police. And then my mate said, you did that when you came out of the pub, out of the bowling club. I was leathered, and I literally trashed my own car.
You trust you'll see it. Can you just say, John, GLX again? I find it quite
GLX.
arousing. Or just say it in a more sexy way, though.
The GLX wasn't that good. You wanted a gear, really. But yeah, that wasn't one of my finer moments in life.
Come on, Rasks, tell us about your story.
Well, mine it's disco, but okay. Mine.
True.
My first beer in a pub. I know what the pub was the Timber Carriage, mate. Rest in peace. And it was so long ago I don't remember, but I think it was probably John. Hey, the Timber Carriage, yeah.
What a name!
Brilliant, yeah, it's beautiful. I think it was probably John Smith's just before it became Smooth Flow, and the only probably was because I was driving to the pub and we were drinking shandies. I was probably on Foster's or 4X before that, to be honest, and then we found John Smith's. Prior to that, it was Webster's Yorkshire Bitter in my local Scout social club.
Webster? How did you have Webster's?
I don't know.
London.
I know. It was about 80p a pint, and it was rough as boots, but it was cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the beers, weren't they? They weren't great, but you drank them anyway.
Well, showing me age a little bit there, but it happens.
Wow. I'm just messaging Marky boy.
Oh, I'll get him on. And that was also my first craft beer, because all beer is craft beer.
Technically.
It's all crafted.
Well, back then it wouldn't have been a computer doing it, for sure.
Exactly, yeah. All done by hand.
Well, if it was, it wouldn't have had more than.
I'm gonna throw two beers out to you. Colt 45 and Miller Lite. They were the two beers I drank when I was younger.
Miller Lite and Colt 45.
I vaguely remember the artwork or something, but I don't think I ever Colt 45. Again, that was a lager, right?
I don't remember Colt 45.
I vaguely remember the name.
I'm gonna have to Google it. I'm gonna have to Google it because I don't remember. I might see it and go, Colt 45. Oh yeah. No, never saw it. That's proper American, isn't it? Oh, it's made in the Philippines.
Wow.
Colt 45. No, we never got that.
Colt 45 was in the Threshers and the Cellar 5.
Really? Never heard of it. Never seen it before. Wow. I'd like to try one just so 8%. It was 8%. Oh my god.
John, you never lived. You've never lived, John. Come on.
Yeah. I remember the logo, but I never see it, I don't think.
Wow. Craft Beer Hub saying, yo to Chris. You missed me on stream.
Is a question for you then?
Says, but it's possible that a craft cider scene is brewing now and making amazing cider. There's loads of craft cider places around here. Sorry, dude, back home. Hey, no worries. I've sent you a link if you want to jump in. There is only 12 people watching. I think I'm going to go to past, and then I'm going to call it a night.
Oh,
1:30 what?
1:30. Oh, sorry. On my, we've been going 3 hours and 24 minutes.
I think
So I thought
Carlin's
I'd get it
probably, or Heineken, or geez, AI produced beer is the worst thing you can imagine, isn't it? Is that the worst thing?
Is what?
There's no such thing as an AI produced beer.
I'm
because
going
AI
to
can't
give you one reason why humans should still create stuff is Worcester sauce was a mistake.
Yeah.
Was
The
there?
Worcester sauce
I mean,
is awesome.
produced is the wrong word. It might be AI designed. They might put the recipe together, but AI can't put
It was
grain
created
in
by
mash. It can't
leaving it in a
transfer it to
barrel
the
and
kettle.
it fermented for many, many, many moons, and it ended up being an amazing product.
Sorry, Disco, what were you saying?
As I say, is produced is the wrong word. AI designed. It might design the recipe, but AI can't put the grains in the mash or transfer the water to the kettle or put it in the fermenter and add the yeast. So
Disco,
AI
I need
can't
to
produce-
ask you a question.
Yeah.
To your right of your head, I think it's the right of you. Is that a can of Ban 1?
Oh, absolutely it is. Yeah, this is some of my favourite beer labels that stay on the beer wall.
Oh man,
Yeah, of course, man. I love
I
that.
feel
It's
so
great.
proud to see that there.
Yeah.
I'm there. I'm sure that's Ban 1.
there was abandoned car, but the cat knocked them all off, and I can't find that one. It's gone under the couch.
John, AI could not create, in my opinion, your greatest beer.
What is my greatest beer?
Your greatest beer is Silver Spur.
Oh, that was a beast, wasn't it? The one that
AI
was
could
in
definitely come up with
lockdown.
Sunset Cocoa, though.
I think anything could create it better than Sunset Cocoa. Oh my word, that beer will hold me to the grave.
Silver Spur is just like magnificence in a can, isn't it?
Oh, it's amazing. That batch in a can was unbelievable. It was so unbelievably bitter. The only beer that comes close is Yeaver. If you get Yeaver on keg, that's mega bitter, and I love it. I love that bitter punch. It's just.
I don't like Silver Spur. Sorry.
Did you not like it?
No, to be fair, it's a great beer. It's well produced, but I just don't like them flavors. So I don't. It didn't sit well with me.
Yeah, I get it.
To be fair, the one I had, and I didn't have it in can. Or no, I did have it in can. I think. Yeah, I've got it in can. I just don't like that hop flavor, so it didn't really sit well with me. But there's no doubt it's a decently produced beer. I mean, I say this all the time. There's a difference between a shit beer and a beer I just don't like the flavors of. You know,
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
like shit
Yeah,
because I don't like the flavors. I can identify that it's probably a pretty well produced and decent beer, and a lot of people love it. I just didn't enjoy it. You know, same for Silver
no, I
Spur.
agree with you. Like for me, I'm like, how many IBUs can we make this before it's completely offensive? And I like that. I love a really bitter beer. I mean, this Budvar is just not that at all. It's really soft and chilled. But if I go to like the Grove, man, I'm getting either. I want the most bitter beer that I can get my hands on.
Sometimes you want that. Sometimes you want something less challenging. Sometimes you want that bitterness.
It was at a time when we were all stuck at home.
What?
We were all stuck at home, and that beer was just like so amazing. It just used to do stuff inside your mouth.
It was a good beer.
Sunset Cocoa was up there, but again, the cat knocked them all off. So
yeah, even the cat didn't like it. It was like
it's here somewhere. I think it's in the
although
box
some people loved it. It was a very Marmite beer, a polarizing beer. I think out of the beers we've done, that's probably that and Logjam is the one that we got the most messages about.
Yeah.
When are you making this again?
Really?
Which is really weird.
Again, like I love chocolate orange stout, and again, there's good and bad, and there's. I do always compare stuff. So if I'm comparing Sunset Cacao to other chocolates, orange stouts, it's not up there. But I love the story of it. I love the idea of it, and I love how you went about it and how you dealt with it. Really.
Well, I just completely screwed the pooch. I think that's the. We tried, and it went wrong, but at least we
Sunset
gave it a go.
Coca.
It happens, and it happens.
Sunset Coca is like. John, Sunset Coca is your Godfather Part 3.
Right. So just a quick one.
It literally is.
We have 3 seconds left of our life.
It's got the Lord's juice, but not the Lord's flavour.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to give you the screen. Tell people where they can find you on social media, and then we will dip out.
I'm Disco Rasco and Disco Beer Review. You can find us by simply typing in Rasco and Disco. Doesn't matter whether you spell it with a C or K. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube channel. Welcome along. Cheers, John.
Captain, take the floor.
Okay, you can find me in St. Anne's Police Station, Bootle Police Station, any police station within the Merseyside area, and I will be happily drunk in some capacity. But do you know what? Enjoy life. Cut your wife's mouth. Name.
I've just muted him. So, thank you, everybody. It's been an epic live stream. We've done 3 hours and 31 minutes, and it's been an absolute pleasure. So, love you and leave you, everybody. And it's been emotional. So, we'll see you all on the other side.
Thanks a lot, John. Cheers, everybody. Have a good